Hello. Welcome everybody. Hello, Eve, Mama Jew, Annabelle, Dina Lynn. Hello. Okay, we're just waiting for Chapstick, our special guest. Okay, tonight's going to be kind of a serious discussion. This is going to be several parts to get through this because she said she has 20 pages. So we're going to start with Don's birth. The whole entire thing you might not be interested in, but parts of it you will. So come and go as you will. But, there's some information here. Hey, girlfriend. You're muted. You're muted. Uh-oh. Ernie went live? Of course he did. But I'm sure Smoky Mountain Mama wants to be in here because, she was so disappointed last night that I wasn't talking about this. Yeah, hello, Renee Marie. Chapstick, unmute yourself. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can do that. Can I unmute you? Hey, Bob. Don't be so funny. This is a serious thing.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey. All right, I got you. I'm sorry. I said it like 10 times before that, so it took me a minute.
I was looking around for a way to.
I'm Bluetoothing you, so I hope I sound okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sound fine.
All right, I got you on earbuds, so if it's glitchy, let me know. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Oh, Bob.
Not too bad.
He won't be good. Dina Lynn, where was she treated badly? Not here. What? Where was she treated bad? That bothers me. Okay, Renee, you can tell me later. Okay, so like I said, serious discussion. We're going to go through this timeline, and Chapstick has the stage. Oh, by Katie.
Thank you. I appreciate you. No
we
worries.
don't know.
I know you're going to be reading chat. You're going to read chat like you do best, okay?
We
you should be all over it.
We don't always agree, but we're always respectful and open-minded. And if you guys have anything to contribute, feel free. So,
yes, ma'am.
Go for it.
And I love it when you correct my crazy ideas, because I have a lot of crazy ideas sometimes. So Lisa helps keep me in check a little bit. So yeah, to the timeline. This is something I did not plan on sharing, but here we are. And it's been gone over before, but it's been a while. So seems like we need a rehashing, I guess. It is available online. If you'd like to follow along, you can. The version online is a little bit different than the one I have in front of me right now, because the version I posted last was in June. I hear you, big one.
Train would go by.
I know, as always. Sorry. We'll close the door. But yeah, it's on my page. I know you said 20 page, girl. It's 120 pages. Lisa.
Oh my God.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So there's a lot of interviews. Obviously, we're not going to go over all that. It's too much. If people want to take the time to read, go right ahead. But I think we need to definitely go over some of the basics. I am going to skip through a lot of the beginning because it's kind of tedious. It's all criminal history. I will hit the highlighted points, obviously, but some of the other stuff, I don't know. Do you feel it's necessary at this point? I mean, everything's on here. I have Don's date of birth, when his parents got married, when they divorced, when Candy and Candace's dad got together. Mind you, she was 19 and he was 45. So there's a lot of stuff that's like details in here. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
just to read it line by line is it's a little tedious, but we'll get through it. Okay. So
Well, I think that is kind of important because
it
I
is. I
saw
agree.
people in Ernie saying that Uncle Warren was really Candace's dad, and I'm like, no, they got married and had Candace like 10 months later. I mean, Uncle Warren
Right.
was in Wisconsin, so
And
I get
keeping
tired of.
like anybody and everybody, please keep in mind, I am not a perfect person. This is not a perfect timeline. This is just my version of what I've been able to collect through the years, literally. Um, the first timeline I posted actually was 4 years ago, I realized, which I didn't even know until today. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago. I actually read through it myself, recorded it, posted it. That's not online anymore. I have it unlisted because I felt like the case has evolved a lot since then. There's still obviously almost everything I said is included in, but I've included a lot more. So, and there's a lot of early opinions in there that I didn't really feel necessary, my personal opinions that I didn't really feel necessary. So I might unlist, put it back up sometime, but as of now, it's just sitting there unlisted. You want me to go ahead, ma'am?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So Don Wells' date of birth, November 14th, 1964, born in Tampa, Florida. His mother and father married in 1965. 5 years later, divorced. 1981, Candy and Jim, like I said, Bly married. She was 19, he was 45 in Texas. Candace was born. Lisa, I love that little tidbit you pointed out the other day about the bathtub. Can we point that out?
Um, then probably have to post the picture. But there's a picture of Jim. Candace. Allegedly, they moved back to Wisconsin because Candace had heart issues. Um, and they needed to go, I don't know, to Mayo, I think, is why they moved back to Wisconsin. And I have a picture of Candace. She's probably, how old would you say she is in that picture? I'm not good at that.
I
You-
saw the picture once. I might have it. I don't know if I
like,
do. I definitely remember seeing it. She was younger than 2, I feel like.
oh yeah, I would. Okay, we'll say
Yeah.
one. We'll say one. She was standing.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe
Okay.
1 year old with her
Okay.
dad in the bathtub, and she doesn't have any scars on her chest. So I just thought it was kind of odd. Like supposedly she had open heart surgery or whatever, but
Yeah. Which is something I don't have noted because honestly, I don't have any proof of that ever happening. And some stuff in here I don't have proof, but a lot I do. So we'll cross that path when we get there, I suppose.
maybe we
But
should add that Jim and Candy were both in the carnival, and that's how they met down in Texas.
okay. And they
Okay.
both met at a carnival, didn't they? So Don and Candace met at a carnival too, because I have that in here.
No.
No? See? Okay. Okay.
Okay. Keep going.
No, I appreciate you. We'll get there. This is why we're making corrections and talking. So now we jump right into Don and his criminal record. 18 years old in Texas, burglary with intent to commit theft. 2 weeks later, possession of marijuana charge. He was sentenced, I believe, to 6 years at Department of Correction in Texas.
Yeah, that was under that other name. Or Don Wesley Miller or something.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't aware of that. I will make note of that actually.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Also, yeah, I remember hearing about that, but I never actually knew that that was that specific case. Interesting. 85, Karen marries Earl Clifford Kelly, who I don't have noted, but I believe was from Kentucky, correct?
Yes.
Maybe, if anybody
Yes.
knows. Yeah,
I believe he
confirm.
was from Knox. I think he was from Knoxville, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. Yeah.
Their relationship only lasted a year. In 1986 May, they divorced.
He was very abusive.
I remember hearing stories about that.
Yeah, really abusive to the girls and possibly Don. So, yeah, I
Interesting.
think that's why it didn't last very long.
Interesting. Don Wesley Wells was actually born December 12th, 1986, the third we're referring to, between Don Wells and the future Pam Wells. She was 36, he was 23. These ages are always very interesting to me. That's probably why I noted them.
I know.
Karen, just a couple weeks later, December 1986, marries William Goad. On the other family, August 16th, 1987, Rose was born.
You missed Jeannie.
January, excuse me?
Jeannie was in there before Rose.
I didn't include Jeannie. I don't have any personal information on Jeannie. I've never looked into Jeannie, to be
Good.
honest.
I don't
so.
talk about Jeannie because I don't want to. Yeah, she don't want to be mentioned.
She is mentioned one time in here, and it's only by coincidence, I guess we'll say. It was just something that I personally noted kind of early on that I thought was interesting, was the fact that I believe, from my research that I looked into, when Grandis, Candy, left the family and left Jim with the girls, I believe Candace was 13, Jeannie was 12,
Yes.
and Rose was not, and Rose was 9.
9, yeah.
I thought it was really interesting that those were the boys' ages. I think it was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought that was a terrible coincidence. Sorry. January 1988, Don and Pam actually marry in Hillsboro, Florida. February 1989, Don's maternal grandmother passes away. That's Margie.
Don had the arrest, or did you have that for?
I got that popping up next.
Okay.
January 91, open container in a vehicle and attempted aggravated assault, both in 90. It seems like Don's majority of his arrests, honestly, in my opinion, span between 1990 and 95. They just keep going and going and going for the next 5 years. It's nonstop.
He's a current criminal. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's nothing huge, to be honest, but it's, there's a pattern. So 1990 traffic registration violation. Margie is also born in 1990 of December.
Named after his grandmother.
Yes. 91, his license was suspended. Also later received a warrant for his arrest. At the end of 91, there was a serious charge of felony spousal abuse out of Hillsboro, Florida, County, Florida as well. I know the rumor behind that. I don't know if we want to.
Was he convicted of that, or was that dropped?
I'm not sure.
I don't know if he was. Yeah, that was some fight that involved his son, too.
Oh.
I can't remember the whole story behind that, but yeah, his son was there, and
I knew there was rumors of him possibly hitting Pam at one time while she was holding one of the children. That's what I thought it was.
Hey, Freeside.
And one thing that I haven't mentioned that I should have, I guess I know, I guess I did. The first 5 charges were all in Utah. And now he's jumped to Florida. So he was in Florida in 91. And then 92 went to California with possession of a controlled substance charge, as well as interfering with a public servant. Definitely some time served in between. Nothing ever major, it seems like. 30 days here, 10 days there, whatnot.
Yeah, he only had 2 felonies.
Yeah. It was all seems like it was just misdemeanors.
Yeah.
Another license suspension in 92. He did do 30 days with 30 days suspended on top of that. That was in Weber City, and it looks like Davis County, Utah. There is a questionable fugitive from justice charge from 93. What did you ever think of that? Pretty sure it was, maybe that was a different one. Because I know Benny came out with one that I always kind of question the legitimacy of it.
Oh, Sister Callie, hi. It's a chapstick.
That was years later. Sorry. Hi, Callie. That was years later.
Karen was a real estate agent in California. She had a real estate license.
Oh, okay. I remember hearing that, yeah. So he would jump from one to the other.
She was an extremely industrious person, I'll tell you. She was right on the ball.
That was right when Warren actually received his charges in 94.
And he had some charges in 84. And Candace was
Okay.
too. That was his first. And if you go on the Jurisogin sex offender registry, it's listed. I talked about that
Okay.
last night. It's listed on there, but because the record is sealed, because it was a minor, if you click on it, it says you are not authorized to view this record. But yeah, that was his first one in 84. And then, then 94, he had the second one.
Okay, I'm gonna make note of that as well. I was
And
not aware of
actually,
the first one.
Warren's mom turned him in.
Thank goodness for that, huh?
Yeah.
There was a rumor that regarding Candace's dad and Candace possibly in foster care. Do you want to talk about that, or
Okay,
is
yeah,
that
I
something
can.
that you know
Yeah, I
is
can.
not?
That was after Candy left, and left Jim alone with the three girls. And Candace pulled a butcher knife on Jeannie and Jim.
Okay.
So Jim, he had a hard time, coping with the three girls and supporting them and stuff. They were poor.
Understandable.
And, the kids were picked on because of that. And he was struggling. So he couldn't handle Candace. She'd always been a brawler. I mean, she
Right.
stabbed the principal in the leg with a pencil when she was in elementary school. Yeah.
I remember hearing that.
I mean, what choice did Jim have? He had to protect the girls, right? So
Right.
then, he put Candace in a not a foster home, but some type of facility. And after a few years, I know Candy would pick up Candace and bring her to Jim's on the weekends. And Candace tried to strangle Candy with a seatbelt on one of those occasions.
I think I recall you saying that before.
Candace has got a little anger problem.
Okay. I feel like I need to insert a little bit more in the timeline now. As long as it's double verified, I suppose, huh? Sorry. So, yeah, that's very interesting. Again, you see a lot of patterns when you look at it like this. That's kind of why I needed to lay it out like this, so I could actually see everything in one sitting, and go through it. And it didn't start out as a timeline, to be honest with you. It started out as just understanding where the children kind of fell into play. And just certain things that happened. I mean, it started as more of a guide, I guess would be a good terminology for it. But then when I started realizing so much happened before, so much happened after, even the day she disappeared, the amount of stuff that we've heard is just outrageous. That's when I decided it had to become a timeline. So yeah, that's just.
Oh, I would just want to say,
I appreciate you doing this.
Candace also tried to drown Rose in a pool at a children's birthday party, and Jim had to jump in the pool and save Rose. And that came from someone whose daughter was at that party. So that didn't come from the family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Lisa, you have a lot to say. I don't know what people are thinking, but I love that you have a lot to say. I don't know why they wouldn't want to hear it.
No, I have nothing to say.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we got past rumors of Candace. We're in 94 still. Still in Don's criminal history period that was going strong. Evading and resisting arrest in Dallas, Texas. Another resisting arrest charge a month later, which sometimes it will show double like that for some reason. So that could be the same charge as before, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Open container in Cache County, Utah. So now he's jumped, and that was between June and December '94. Forgery and burglary of a dwelling in May of '95. Failure to stop or follow commands and theft of receiving stolen property in '95. And then we get into some actual time served because of all this, I believe. It looks like he served about 22 months, I think is what I have, from August '95 to June '97 in Utah. He was 30 at the time when he went in. I kind of think that's where the rumors started about him possibly losing custody of the kids.
They didn't lose custody of the kids.
I've heard you say that before. I'm not sure. I'm just saying I think that's the time frame of when that rumor popped off, maybe.
Okay.
Because he was gone for so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Remember,
I don't really know how it started, to be honest.
Well,
I don't know how that rumor started.
Mary said she was going to buy Margie, remember?
She did
From
say
Don and
that.
Pam. Yeah.
She did say that. Marlena also said she was going to get Waylon. How interesting is that?
Marlena said Pam was going to, or Marlena was?
No, the Marlena was going to. That she was going to adopt him was the plan.
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
I know Candy was going to take Summer.
I remember hearing that as well.
And I saw Ernie say that, oh wait, that's going to come later. Oh, no, he was talking about Don tried to sell his kids before in Utah. And no, we've gone over that story several times, and the whole story changed a couple times of where it was and everything. And then
definitely,
what's her name? Trish said that she remembered it because she was there, but she was, and Margie was there. Margie wasn't born yet, and Trish was like 2. So she said, I was there when they brought him back. Well, I'm like, what I heard was Don was so high, he left him on the street corner. You know, if he sold him, what did Pam buy him back with, is what I want to know.
Right.
I mean, if they didn't have any money and Don traded him for drugs, somebody's going to have to know. And I heard that he left him at a drug house was the next story that they told. So it's always changing, and I just don't believe it because none of the facts.
No, I understand that. I agree with that.
It's
not in the timeline, so I didn't take much value to it, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Some rumors are in here because they did seem a little bit more questionable for certain reasons for me, I guess. But like I said, I couldn't watch everything either. So, I saw what I saw, you saw what you saw. And that's one of the things about this case that, like, it's different for everybody. Everybody's perception of what they've heard and what they've learned over the years has been different, So everybody has a different perspective and opinion, and
I don't know.
So much chaos and confusion.
Skunk Ape, she didn't leave until 6 weeks after Summer went missing. So, Candy's in Illinois. Or no, she's in Wisconsin. 2 weeks ago, she was in Wisconsin. So, I mean, people see her, and I know who she stays with part of the time, and Summer's not with her. So, okay, keep going.
Well, now I got to give her the date of when she left. If you're going to question the situation. One moment, please.
Well, we'll get down to that, right?
All right.
We're not there yet.
All right. I just want to give her the date. So my apologies.
We're here just trying to set some rumors to rest or put out some actual facts that were.
I hope so, because I really don't want to, convolute the situation anymore, to be honest. And that's kind of why I was hoping that people would correct this. That's why I put this out, is because I want people to be like, hey, that's not right. This happened then, or it didn't go down like this, or, that's kind of what I've always been looking for. So
people are free to comment here, and
please. Okay, so Don did 22 months, like I said, in Utah. got out and had a lot of issues with probation over the next couple years, to be honest. We won't even go on that, but he violated probation probably 5 times, I believe. And then 2000 in Weber County, Utah, was actually felony theft from L&L Drywall. So that was the one
Oh
felony
yeah,
charge.
he stole a bunch of construction equipment. Yeah, I remember
Mhm.
that. Yep.
He was sentenced to 5 years, I believe. He only did 4.5. Around the same time, Candace, excuse me, gave birth to Andrew. Candace was 19. Her partner, Andrew, was 42 at the time.
They lived
Also,
in a trailer, and I have a picture of it. It's still there, and it did not have running water. Can you
oh
imagine?
no, no, ma'am. That's scary. That's really scary.
Wait, you missed. Did you say she gave birth to Andrew? You missed Candace Jean.
I thought she was right after. I thought she was 2002. Andrew,
Yeah, you're
2001.
right. No.
2 lines to go. We'll be
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Okay. So actually, at the same time, that was that questionable fugitive from justice warrant that Benny presented that said Don was named as a fugitive from justice and found in a storage room on Ben Hill by all the entities, FBI, Hawkins County, yada yada yada. I don't know if that's true at all. He did show a paper on it. Do you know what I'm referring to, or anybody else? If we get
No.
validation that that was true, I'm curious. It's irrelevant to the whole of the story, but you know, it is what it is. It's here. It did say that he served 17 months in Utah shortly after that. And then, yes, Candace Jean was born in 2002.
Okay.
Now we come into Candace's criminal record. Candace Jean, I don't have the month of her birth, to be honest. But it is the same. It doesn't, it's irrelevant, I guess, but it is the same year that Candace received her first domestic violence charge. She received that charge in May of that year. So, also in August, an intentional child abuse and a disorderly conduct charge. In September, 1-count battery. She was sentenced to 3 years probation and compliance with Health and Human Services afterwards. And then I have it pop up that Dawn possibly lost parental rights. It's 2002, actually. I'm not sure why, but that's where I have it listed as. And it says
Don and Pam?
yes.
Hmm.
It does say Don the third 16 and Marty's 13. I don't know if that's correct, since it's a little bit later than I thought it was going to be. I'll check into that.
That's kind of late to have your kids taken.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But it even seems like if I was inquiring about it, and I'm speaking on my own self in the timeline before, it seems like they would have been a year or two older even at that point. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, we're gonna keep moving forward. Candace's charges start popping up. 2002, domestic violence. August 2002, we went through that. Battery. Excuse me. December 2002, disorderly conduct and reckless endangerment. January 2003, disorderly conduct, 2 counts intentionally pointing a firearm at a person.
That was at CPS.
Yeah, that was the CPS.
Yeah.
Resisting or obstructing an officer.
Yeah, that was when CPS came.
She was sentenced to 90 days at that point. Candace also petitioned for paternity with Andrew. Probation, more probation issues. And then it says a disorderly with domestic domestic violence modifier. So she must have got a disorderly conduct. And
was that
was September. That was September 2003. I have September 9th. And that's after 2 other probation violations just within the 6 months before, not even.
I wonder if did you look at Andrew's record? I wonder if that was the little fight at the laundromat there.
I did not look at Andrew's record.
Okay.
She was sentenced to 90 days in county jail at that time. She also received no contact violation and a
Okay,
probation violation.
that was the fight at the laundromat.
Okay.
They had a fight at
Yep,
the laundromat, and
that makes sense.
yeah, Andrew, he had that, that he could have no contact with Candace or the laundromat because he destroyed some equipment in there, did some damage to the property. I remember
Oh,
reading
wow.
that. And I'm not sure what the hell happened there, and that's the infamous 10-year restraining order because he moved to Florida, and so they couldn't serve it till he came back to Wisconsin. So that's what happened
Okay.
there.
Okay. Do you know why
Elementary.
she did have a warrant issued October 2003 after a probation violation the month before. She was also charged with avoiding obligations and received another probation warrant February 2004 with a probation violation in March of 2004 and made to serve 90 days.
They both have a problem with authority and following rules, don't they?
Yes, ma'am. I believe that summer, and this is much, much later on said, Candace actually stated one night on Jenkies Live that summer of 2004, she was actually living alone in a tent. I believe this was the same time.
Is that when what 2004? Okay, so is
She,
that after?
all the
Did
charges
he,
were in Wisconsin and
and he
nothing else
left?
popped up. I'm sorry?
And then he left? Keep going. Are you getting to where they take the kids?
I don't actually even have that noted, I don't think.
That had to be, the kids were like 6 months and a year and a half, or I don't know, something.
No, I don't have that. I don't have that noted.
She
I don't have that
dropped
information.
him. She dropped him off with Rose and Jim, and went out partying and didn't come back. So they petitioned the court to,
That does
have,
come up. That does come up later as a rumor. I wasn't really sure about the details of it. So
hey
what I have
Jenny,
is someone, Rose or Jim, possibly called CPS in 2003 on
yeah,
Candace. Rose is
they were.
rumored to have possibly got temporary custody, even though
No,
she
no,
was only
no.
16 or 17 years
Yeah,
old. Question mark.
I think she was, I think she
Sorry.
was 15 at that point. Yeah,
Okay,
she
yeah.
didn't
So
get.
I wasn't
Yeah,
really sure what was true, so I just noted it as
no,
a
she
rumor,
never.
maybe like a page. Yeah, it's like a page down. So
Yeah, she never had. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
okay,
Just a rumor. That was a rumor.
okay. Yep,
Hey
that's what I
Jenny.
have it as. Um, so now we actually jump into Don the Third and some of the charges that he incurred. So we're in 2004, October to November. He actually received vandalism, 2 counts, aggravated assault. And I haven't really heard this story talked about very much, so I'm a little hesitant to even bring it up, but it's wild. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about? The battery?
Don Jr.
Yeah.
or Don 3?
Don the Third. Little Donnie.
No, I hadn't heard that.
He dropped a 20-pound battery on a car that was driving underneath him while he was on a bridge. Intentionally. And hurt somebody severely.
No.
He did 6 years for it. Starting in
Um,
2004 is what I have with Arkansas.
how old was he then?
18, Washington County.
No, that's not possible because he got arrested for his girlfriend's family pressed charges on him for that conversation for that sexual thing where he's on the sexual assault register.
Which would have been 2005.
Yeah, so he didn't spend 6 years in prison.
72 months. No, I understand what
Oh,
you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I'm not
Yeah, I
sure
never.
what time he did, if any. You know what I mean? I'm curious.
Okay. Yeah, Wisconsin Mama, that's her channel name, American Dream. Right there, you got it. Wisconsin Mama 5. It's We All Have a Dream or something, but that's the URL right there. Yeah, the deal with his girlfriend, they've been going for together for a while. I heard that she was or that they were living together, but I don't know if that's true. And they were going to get married, but she was, she needed parental permission. And then I have the affidavit somewhere. And her parents then pressed charges. And what did he get? What was the conviction? It was something with mentioning sex.
Sexual indecency was what I have listed.
Yes. And that is asking someone for sex, is what that actually is. So
Okay.
if that would have been now, see, 18, was she 15 and he was 18? That would have been a Romeo and Juliet thing now. He wouldn't have gone to prison. But
She was 14 and he was 19.
no,
But I don't know.
She was 14, he was 18. But her parents didn't, I forget what the deal was. Her parents waited till he turned, I can't remember now. I'd have to look at the affidavit. But
He got that charge on Valentine's Day too. Isn't that a kick?
he couldn't, he would have been released on parole, but because Don and Candace were both addicts, they wouldn't. So he had to serve his whole entire term, which was kind of sad.
Don and Pam.
Yeah. Oh, did I say Don? I said Don and Candace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don and Pam. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that's interesting. At the same time, Don actually got released from Utah State Prison in 2005. He did stay clean for a minute. Looks like July 2006, he picked up a loitering charge in Utah. And a couple weeks later, a residential burglary charge in Arkansas. So he left town again. They leave town a lot. They jump ship a lot, I've noticed. Whenever anything happens.
Like someone else we know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We won't go there.
So September 4th, 2006, Don's maternal grandfather out of Churchill passes away, Alvin Peters Everett. October 2006, Don the Third gets charged in Washington County, Arkansas, with 3 counts of breaking and entering and theft of petty car items. And then
you didn't
4
mention
months.
Don Well's dad came from Ohio. I thought that was interesting.
I didn't know that.
And then moved to Utah when he married Karen.
Interesting. I'd like to know where in Ohio he came from.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, I have it somewhere.
I have to look that up, please.
I
At
thought,
the
how
same
the heck did
time,
he meet her? He's in Ohio and she's in Utah.
yeah,
I don't know.
that is weird. They didn't have social media then. How did that happen?
I don't know.
That's interesting. At the same time, resident. Oh, okay. So Don Wells did get charges dropped. So in 2006, West Fayetteville, Arkansas, he did receive the residential burglary charges. Excuse me, but
Was that the red
it looks
panties?
like maybe because it looks like the charges were dropped 6 months later. Actually, maybe, possibly. I don't know what else he would get resident. That's the only burglary I've ever heard of, to be honest.
Yeah, resident
Was the panties?
burglary. Yeah, was there in the dryer in the garage or something?
Yeah. You're probably right.
I remember that whole thing. There were kids outside in the street that saw him.
That had seen him. Yeah, I remember that too.
And he hid behind a truck when a vehicle when cops came. I remember all that. Yeah, I think that must be it.
I agree.
Yeah. Candace was a little crime wave in Arkansas too. Before she met Don.
Was she? See, I don't know if I have any of her stuff really. I mean, other than the obvious, the domestics and all that whatnot. That's all I really have of hers.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, she had quite a few. Like, what was it? Receiving stolen. She was arrested a few times. Once they accused them of her and two guys of breaking into an apartment and stealing furniture and things.
really?
Um, I didn't know that this wasn't all on your timeline, but I have all that information. She was arrested quite a few times in Arkansas. Um, and then she had that baby there. But that was all
Yeah,
before she met Don.
yeah, I knew about that. Huh, interesting.
Ogar
Yeah, there
said
is
that
some stuff not included. I didn't put it all in there just because I didn't have it
yeah,
all.
Ogar said that he dated Candace when she was in. I don't know how true that is. But
Really? Hmm. Yeah, I remember him. I think I saw a little bit of it, but I didn't see the whole thing. Then Don in West Fayetteville. Did we go over that? Arkansas, controlled substance, public intox, and loitering in March 2007. It says he was given 48 months probation. May 2007, William Goad passes away. November 2007, Don receives a DUI in Fayetteville. And in 2008, failure to pay costs and fines, probably from the DUI from last year.
I don't
And then
think
I thought that's when they met, was the summer of 2008, actually.
let me think. Yes, it would have had to have been because by the time
Okay,
Rose went missing, she had already had Josie.
correct. Or no, that's not correct. Josie was born right after, a month after. Rose went missing
Yeah,
in August. Josie was born in September.
yeah.
Yes. So then I did have an interesting thing noted in here, and I noted it because I saw it with my own two eyes. And it has since been debunked, but I wasn't comfortable with the debunking of it, so it's still in here. And I'm going to share it. It says Joni, we're going to say W, a verified neighbor from Arkansas, said she watched Candace lose twins around 2008 on a Facebook comment. Now, where I saw this Facebook comment was on Candace's page. It was long after she had abandoned it. There was hundreds and hundreds of slanderous comments on it, but this was one of them. And the lady's first and last name is on there. I looked her up. She lived very close to Candace, like a block away at the same time. I'd questioned it for a really long time. This came out really, really early on. So I honestly didn't know if Candace had twins. Do you know what I mean? Do you know where
I
this was debunked?
no, but I don't think she could have fit that in there
I
between
understand that. I understand that now. I get that now. But at the
the
time, I
girl that
wasn't
she
sure.
had and when she met Don and got pregnant with Josie. I just don't. There wasn't time for another pregnancy in there. I don't believe, and I've never heard that.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people say she had a bunch of kids after summer too, but
Yeah, that's true. That's
that's
true.
not true.
That's true. So the debunking came from Granny Dearest, we'll say. She actually had somebody up on her panel that I don't think it was this woman, but she knew of the same story. And her justification was Candace was like an au pair, a nanny for somebody, helping with their children. And CPS got involved and removed these children from this other woman who Candace was like a nanny for. Now, first question is, who's going to hire Candace as a nanny? That's the first question.
No one.
Right.
And some stuff that we missed there when Candy left with Val, they went to Las Vegas and then they ended up in Arkansas. Candy was managing a motel there, and she's the one that rescued Candace when Candace was in the carnival when Andrew left. And I
Mhm.
can't remember, Wisconsin Mama, do you remember the name of that? It was a carnival that only traveled in Wisconsin. I have it. Mike's Magical Midway or something like that. And then
Really?
she joined a traveling carnival and they abandoned her in Arkansas. No, what's next to Arkansas? What's the state just west of Arkansas? Um,
Uh-oh.
and then Candy rescued her and
Okay.
got her off, allegedly got her off meth after she had that baby that she lost. And then she's got listed as doing drywall when she got together with Don. So, and she does help Don with his drywall. So I don't know.
That's true. She does.
You know, Karen had a drywall company, wrote that book that's available still on Amazon.
Right. And they actually met though through Pam's daughter, right? Or something?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Was it
Introduced.
Francis? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Introduced Candace to Don.
Oh, Eve. Yes, please. Yeah. Drop any. Yes. Go ahead and drop links.
Okay. So yeah, the twins thing wasn't sure about. It's in here. If we can debunk it, I'll take it out, no problem. I just wasn't sure. And it seemed very strange to me. The way that this woman worded it, she worded it as though it was Candace who had lost the children, like they were Candace's children. You know what I'm saying? That was the only reason I paid any mind to it.
Yeah. I
Um,
never heard that. I don't think there was time between
I understand.
the baby she lost and when she would have
Yeah,
gotten
I don't know
pregnant.
the
Because
date, I guess, of the baby that she lost. I don't have any kind
I've
of,
never heard that. I've
yeah, I
also
don't have
heard
any date.
Prayer Garden say that Don and Pam cruised churches for pregnant women and found Candace and brought her home, and
Yeah, I've
they
heard
were
that
going to
too.
sell the baby, but when they found out the baby was black, they didn't want that baby wasn't black. So I know where that rumor started too. A lot of rumors.
So,
A lot of rumors.
yeah, a lot. And I'm trying to dispel those. I don't want to add to it, you know what I mean? But I think at this point we kind of need to know if people actually know things or not that we can dispel and, and majority of it doesn't even hold significance, honestly, at this point. It's just showing kind of a pattern in the lifestyle and you know what I mean? So the details are what they are, I guess. Um, moving forward. February 2009, Rose marries Chris.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. Yeah. They already had
Yeah.
the two girls though before that.
I didn't know when she had the girls. I just noted when she went missing how old they were.
Candy came, Candy and Val. Okay. Chris was living in an apartment with some other guys. And Jim was living in the house, and Rose was always interested in horses, so she was living with Chris's dad.
Yeah, you said she helped take care of his
Yeah,
horses.
take care of the
Yeah.
horses. And so then Candy and Val came back from Arkansas and moved in with Rose at Chris's dad's in the farmhouse.
Oh, wow.
So then when Rose got pregnant, Chris moved in there and Jim told Candy and Val that they had to leave. And they allegedly stole a bunch of stuff when they left, which really doesn't surprise me.
Candy? Really?
Candy and Val, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And Val, and then they had the two kids there living with his dad, and then they got married and moved out.
Okay. That was like 2008, 2009. The girls were born, I believe.
Um,
When Rose went missing, I have them as 19 months and 9 months. So that's
yeah,
why I assumed early 2009. And
yeah, they weren't very old, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So yeah, February 9th, Rose and Chris get married. May 29th, Rose receives a disorderly conduct charge.
Yeah, that was the domestic assault.
And she disappears 4 months later. August 21st was the last
Yeah.
time she was seen, correct?
Yep. Never made a court appearance. There was a warrant out for her for failure
2009.
to appear for years, and then I think after 19, after 10 years, I think the court cleared that docket for that.
So it just wasn't on her record anymore.
Right.
Okay. And then, yeah, I had the girls, like I said, 19 and 9 months. Josie was born a month later, 2009, which would make him 16.
Yeah, he's 16. He isn't turning 18. I don't know why everybody keeps saying
I've been
calendar
battling that for
calendar
years.
calendar
I've been battling it for years. I believe it was Justin and ICU that have always pushed that. I've always gone back and forth. I years ago I went back and forth with ICU a little bit on it. I just kind of gave up, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know
he's
why
16.
people really think that Candace, 9 months pregnant, is running around Wisconsin looking for Rose. That just doesn't make any sense. And then digging a hole in the driveway.
Do you think she went to Wisconsin looking for Rose?
No, people say that she had something to do with Rose disappearing, and I'm just like, how
Oh, okay.
ridiculous that is. Yeah.
I see what you're saying. No, she was 9 months pregnant, 8 months pregnant. At that same time, though, is when Jody Sue and Andy were actually charged, and their house was raided. There is a rumor attached to that, which is that an investigation started on the 32-piece arrest in Beach Creek and Light Holler.
We're going to be the subject of a
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay. That was in 2009?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I know
The
Andy was
32-piece,
in,
it didn't
in Hay
even,
House twice. So he
I'm
must
not
have
sure
been
the dates of that.
Okay.
I'm curious, though. And I'm willing to add anything and everything in here that anybody's got. So if you got a date for me, it will go in. I need a date attached to things, and that's a big part of my hesitation. Like if somebody gives me a piece of information, if I don't have a date, I can't put it in here. I'm not going to. You know what I mean? I might note it, but
I could find. I do know somewhere what date Ernie worked at Hay House. So Andy knew Ernie from Hay House. Not really knew him to talk to him, but had seen him there. Because that's when Ernie was working there.
Okay. November 2010, Clyde Trent actually takes ownership of the Ben Hill property. January of 2011, we believe, is when Wyatt was actually born. Correct? Correct. The tattoo is a little funky. Her tattoos are a little funky, so I go by what's on the tattoo and the Facebook post that she has posted for like their birthdays and whatnot. Anything that I could like find or verify or see, you know what I mean? That's kind of what I look for to find it. Can you hear that in the background?
Those dates are right though. And all the kids had 4 names. They all had 2 middle names.
I didn't notice that.
I think that was interesting. Yeah.
That is interesting. I hadn't noticed that at all.
Yeah, I have a picture of one of them with this like graduation certificate at school or whatever, and it has all 4 of his names on it.
Okay. A month after that is actually when Karen Goad passes away. December 2012, Waylon was born. Also 2012 is when Greg McCorder received his charges, which is Pam's son-in-law.
Okay, and that was
out of Arkansas.
Sexual abuse?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Received 20 years. So that was 2012. So anybody trying to connect him to anything as the boogeyman is out of their mind. Right? Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
I mean, that was 2012, and he was literally sentenced to 20 years. So, the next part of the timeline is kind of the beginning of everything, and that's kind of just where I list all the kids and where they came from, and between Don and Pam, and then Don and Candace and Andrew, and yada yada yada. So I am going to skip through, I think, a page because that's all
Okay.
it is. It was kind of the center of my information, and then the timeline grew around this bit of information, like I said, and I think we've pretty much went over it all. It's just when they were all born, and we went over the rumor where I talk about Rose and her dad calling CPS in 2003. That's also included in here. The daughter that she gave up for adoption is included in here. The twins rumor is included in here, and then we'll get into Don and Candace's children being born. And like I said, the verification I did on the ages was with birthday parties and whatnot, and that's just a couple
Yeah.
of the notations I have as far as
Yeah.
that goes.
She did have a lot of, kids had a lot of birthday parties.
Yeah, they did. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Not sure why this info sits here, but hang on a second. Let me look at this real quick. All right, we might skip that. Let's move on. So now we've got the 32-piece investigation going on, and we're talking, this investigation went on from 2011 to 2013. It was a very, very thorough investigation. There were a lot of people in Beech Creek and Light Holler arrested and served a lot of time. I have the entire list. If anybody would like to see, I've never posted it. It's definitely public information if you want to look it up. There are people, in my opinion, on that list that have made an appearance in Summers case.
Okay, and that was after Andy and Jody Sue's house got raided, right?
Correct.
Okay.
The rumor is that their house getting raided led to this investigation.
Okay.
That's the rumor. I know neither here nor there, obviously.
That's interesting.
Marlena, I'm sorry.
I said that's interesting.
Marlena did later state that most of the people that were involved were her kin and friends of hers, including her father, who was given a warning and was able to get away, she said. Side note. I do have noted some Google imagery on here. In 2012, Google catches a pull-behind camper parked at the bottom shed with one adult chair and two kids' chairs around a built cinder block fire pit. In 2013, you can see the rebel flag goes up at the bottom of the shed. And at first I thought it was a chicken coop, but I think it might be like a dog kennel or like a dog fence. You can see it's actually put up, attached to the bottom shed. And like I said, it's just Google Archives imagery. And it was kind of trying to give me the date of when they arrived. You know what I mean? And I know that rebel flag, they still literally have in the boys' room. It's the same flag. And like I said, that flag they raised that flag at the bottom of the hill in 2013. But I think they'd already been there for quite a while.
There was a trailer down by the road that was 120 Ben Hill.
Yes.
That Don and Pam had lived there.
I thought they actually lived farther down Beech Creek. Pam's attached to an address farther down Beech Creek.
They lived in a couple different places. And then that yellow house that people said Don owned. I think
Center
that was
Street or whatever.
Yeah. Don never owned that house, and Pam lived over the garage with a couple of other people, so she was renting up there.
Okay, I think he was just attached as a resident to it, is what I saw. I didn't see that he actually owned it. But interesting that you bring that up, because we're getting into some text messages and that property is mentioned. So
really,
we're almost there. Yeah.
Okay, this is the Jody Sue and Andy text.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah.
Okay. I want to hear those.
September 2014, Don and Pam divorce. April 2015, Don receives Ben Hill property and a quick claim deed from Clyda Trent. I have $10. That's what it
That's
says.
the cost of a quitclaim deed.
Okay. February 4th, 2016, Summer Wells was born. August 12th, which I'm not positive if it's the 12th. I feel like it might have been the 30th for some reason. I'm not sure if this date is correct, but August of 2016, I believe, is when they did get married. I don't know if there's an actual marriage certificate. I don't know if they went to the
Don and
Justice of the
Pam?
Peace.
Or Don and
Don,
Candace?
Don and Candace.
That was March. I believe March 13th.
Oh, okay, okay.
2016.
Of
No.
2016,
Summer. When was Summer born?
2016, February 4th.
Boy. Let me
If anybody has that date, I like that date. It's
look. I have that on my phone, but I'll have.
one of those not relevant but kind of relevant dates.
No, they are. There's a marriage certificate out, and it's listed in the online in the court and
It
the
sounds like you're trying to prove a connection
oh,
or confirm a
crying
fact.
out loud. My phone is it makes
Talking to you.
noise. Oh my god.
It's okay.
No, I'm looking at Lisa Jetton here.
Oh,
Gone. We got a troll. I never have trolls. Trolls. Okay, Rain Dancer said 2016. Yeah. I thought it
yeah,
was
that's what
March. It's sometime in the summer because they're dressed in summery clothes.
Well, I don't think March is summer, but that's just me. I would think August is more summer.
No, you're right, maybe. I don't know. I wish I could get this phone to shut up and I could find it. Hi, Rain Dancer.
I made notation. We'll go back to it. No big deal. I'm marking anything that I want to.
Sounds good. I'll keep
A little bit more verification on.
I could look in my pictures. Okay. All right, continue on.
So from 2017, 2018, I actually note that Candace posts numerous pictures of the kids on Facebook. Always, in my opinion, clean and pretty well dressed.
Oh, and Summer had
Lots of them.
Yeah, Summer had the cutest little outfits.
Lots of them. Lots and lots of them.
Lots of clothes.
Mm-hmm. So now we'll get into some text messages. January 4th, 2018. Jody Sue.
I want to hear
Andy.
these. Okay.
Calm down. Calm down.
I want to hear these. That's what I came here for.
I know. I kind of feel like you've been waiting for these. You're just kind of sitting there waiting patiently for them.
I'm just appalled that I didn't know that. Just because Jody Sue was the Wells' biggest cheerleader after Summer disappeared, so I'm anxious to hear these.
She really, really, really was. And it was very interesting to me because, I mean, it changed pretty quick. And it seemed like if you went back and looked at some of the stuff that went down before she went missing, though, she wasn't such a fan. That's why it was confusing that she was such a supporter.
Okay, let's get to the text messages, and I can post those on a.
Okay.
On
January
a
4th, 2018. And if you think your other whores are less needy and stressful, like you cry to me about when you get caught, then that shows what kind of nasty trash skanks you keep trying to stick your dick in. Which is probably exactly why that shit happens after you fucking your trash grandma on a boat while leaving me here sick and alone and pretending to work. Yeah, I'm sure there's math and pills in your pockets too. Fucking dopehead.
What year was this?
Says 2018. Andy says, fuck you. I don't do math or pills. You know this. Shit, goddamn. How bad is it snowing there? Which I always thought was interesting. Yeah. Jody says, yeah, it was. Jody says, no, I don't know. You can't be trusted. Nothing about you is real or believable. You've made sure of it by doing the lies, cheating, and shitty person. There's a blurred word. I couldn't get that word. Repeatedly for years. February 22nd, 2018. Andy says, did bitch bring my money? Jody says, nope, not a word. I was just looking up battery prices, $5 to $40. They told you this morning too, right? Andy says, she said this morning and I told her to hit you up, but I would be home at about 6. Jody, well, ain't heard a word. She's been online, but hasn't sent me a message. I can hear them over there. Andy, well, they probably fucked me. I'll stick my foot in their ass. Jody, meh, kind of pisses me off that they kept the battery, but I just watched her post pics online with it yesterday morning, so I know it works. But Boog was talking. He goes, sure they didn't keep it to make meth or make meth with it? I mean, he might have a point, lol. Andy, no, give me a minute, busy. Jody, technically, they've broken the agreement. The camera is mine, but I guarantee they try to come tonight or this week with some shit to get it. Andy, if they don't have it when I get there, it's yours, and she will give me that battery. Jody, it's probably liquid at the bottom of a 20-ounce bottle. Had to be somebody in the road who brought them that dope, because nobody came in or out last night. So it's Fred. Andy, don't know. Told you I'm going to raise hell on them if they fuck me. Jody, meh. It'll be the last time they ask you for something, lol. But I was hoping they wouldn't pay for it, just a little, lol. Andy, well, they haven't yet, so love ya.
It doesn't sound like Andy and John are best friends, does it?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. So this is only a month later. This is actually text messages between Jody and Candace.
Oh,
The beginning of it's cut off. All you can see Jody say is someone to refill it, etc. And then Candace responds. And she doesn't, her spelling is a little off. So it's kind of hard to read sometimes. So if I'm jumpy, that's why. I'm glad I have you as a neighbor. Could not ask for a better person than you and your family. Yeah, no problem. That butcher is such an amazing dog. He come flying down that hill when the bus pulled up yesterday. Jody, yeah, he's a great dog. One of the best I've ever had. So my assumption is Jody was asking Candace to feed her dog. And they were just talking about the dog. So it does show that there was rapport between them. Do you know what I'm saying?
sounds like it, yeah.
And mind you, these are all messages released by Jody. So she still has them on her page if you want to see them. They're still there.
It sounds odd that, like, they hate him and then things are okay. And is that a normal neighbor behavior?
I mean, depends on how you feel about your neighbors, I guess. Depends,
Fighting and make it up. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've never really experienced that, to be honest, but we definitely know other people that have, to say the least.
Thanks, Nana Kim. I appreciate that.
You know?
Okay.
August 24th, 2008. We're done with the text messages for a little bit here. That's all you get for now. August 24th, 2018. Candace posts pics and videos with the kids and Don at the fair. I did note who the boy was. He's not a Wells in the picture. He is related to somebody that we've heard of before. I'm not going to say anymore. Okay. Patricia Dean, maybe I will. Well, yeah, we'll move forward. September 25th, 2018. Crystal Spencer and David Brent are on Ben Hill for Josie's 9th birthday party. Crystal's mom later said that Mama was staying at the shed down on Beach Creek in an interview with Crystal Crime and Conversations.
Crystal Spencer, that was David Britt's little boy that everybody keeps saying.
It is. I agree with that 100%.
One of the Wells dressed in girls' clothing. He's in shorts and a tank top. It's a boy. He's not dressed as a girl.
It is. And I've never understood why people always say that. I don't know if they think it's a dress that he's wearing. It's not. It just looks like a tank top. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that came from PG. Okay, so
I agree with that completely.
Crystal Spencer isn't she the one that was kind of addled? Isn't she the one that thought Pam um and Candy were the same person? Remember
Ooh, I
when
don't know
she
about
was
that.
telling stories and her mom said that from all the drug use that she was confused. I think
Well,
that's it.
what I have noted is that when Crystal Spencer's mother was having a conversation with Crystal Crime Time, she had said that a woman referred to as Mama was living down at the shed at the time. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Pam. I don't know if it was,
Would that be
I don't
in the
know.
trailer?
I think it was in the shed. She said living in the shed.
In the shed. Okay. All right.
I'm not sure. Ryan Finds Truth actually did an interview with a young lady who was a previous Ben Hill guest, I think he introduced her as. I kind of always thought it might have been her grandma or her relative, excuse me, that was staying up there at the time because the timing kind of fit, to be honest. I didn't know that in the beginning, obviously, but since then I've come to realize that I think it might be her.
Hi, Regina. So is it a person that had fallen on hard times? I don't.
That's kind of what it sounded like. The woman needed a place to stay was what the girl said, and
Yeah.
she didn't have another place to stay, so Candace offered to help her out. And what's crazy is I even feel like that girl said that Don and Candace bought her a trailer. Maybe that was the trailer down there. When do you think there was a trailer down there?
I'm not really sure.
Because I know there's one like 2013, like early, you know what I mean? But we're in 2018 now, so we're way past that. You know what I mean? Don and Candace are on the hill. They're not down at the bottom anymore. Like nobody should have been down there essentially. But if you thought there was a trailer down there at a later date, then maybe, I guess.
I don't know. I'd have to look. That was the
It could have
120.
been it could have
That
been
was,
PG. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
Sorry. Can't help myself sometimes. December 2018, Candace posts pictures of the kids in front of the Christmas tree with presents everywhere.
Oh yeah, there's a lot
Um,
of presents there.
there was. And also opening presents with a lady sitting on a bed who I wasn't
Yep.
sure again who it was.
Um,
Thought that
I
might have
did.
been the same woman.
I did hear who that was, but I forgot now.
Okay.
Oh, I
Was it
can't
PG,
remember.
right?
No. Hey, Cheeky
Okay.
Van. Welcome in. No.
Christmas, December 2018, Candace checks in Hampton, Tennessee. Not sure why. And when I say check in, these are Facebook check-ins. So I went to Facebook and nosed on some people's business, I guess we'll say. And Candace checked in a lot of different places. So I made notations of all the places that she would visit. And that's kind of where this starts. A lot of the stuff
I
over
wonder
the
if
next
that's
couple.
where the coin pusher machine was.
No. She does like those, doesn't she?
Oh, Cheeky Van, it's Chapstick. Guess her name isn't showing up for some reason.
I don't know.
Oh my God. What
I
is
didn't
the
even
deal
really
with,
have time to mess because I was trying to mess with the camera.
what is the deal with the trolls? I don't ever have trolls in here, ever.
Well, people don't want to hear certain things.
I
People don't want certain
guess.
things discussed.
Okay.
I say let them ride if you want my honest opinion. I mean, comments are where it's at. Comments in chat is very revealing.
Well,
And,
a
you
lot
know,
of them are about me.
yeah, we don't want that then. We don't want that.
No.
Yeah, go ahead with that. Okay, I understand my bad. February 2019, and this is a questionable date. I'm not sure if this is 100% correct. Candace makes a trip with all the kids and Grandma Candy to Wisconsin, celebrating Summer's birthday with a small party with her cousin, I believe, and her cousin's like Candace's cousin and her cousin's
Yes.
parents. I also believe that
Those are
might
cute
have,
little pictures. What do you, yeah, and there's a picture of the kids playing in the snow up in Wisconsin too.
Okay.
have
That could have been
that.
this time. That could have been this because it was February, so there was definitely going to be snow on the ground.
Okay, yeah, that could have been. Yeah, they had a
Um,
nice little party for her there.
yeah, it was cute. Put little barrettes in her hair and had it all dolled up. It was
Yeah,
really
she
cute.
was very clean, and yeah, the kids were all dressed really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened, and
I agree with that.
I know Wisconsin Mom and I have talked about that. Hey, rumor has it. Okay, keep going, and then
April 25th, 2019, Candace posts on Facebook, in my opinion, referring to Crystal Spencer, lock up your men. And the quote was longer than that, but I didn't write the whole thing down, to be honest. But it was pretty vile. I'm pretty sure, I can't recall if it said her name specifically, but she was definitely talking about Crystal and Dot.
now that you're saying that, there was another woman and man that Candace, I can't remember if she thought Candace was after her husband. Yeah, there was some nasty Facebook posts about that too. I'd forgotten all about
Really?
that until you just said that. Yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I have them. I can't remember who they were.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold
December
on,
29th,
Mama. Hold on, Mama.
2019, Candace checks into Warriors Park. December 7th, 2019, Candace posts, "Bitch, I will put you in a trunk and help people look for you. Stop playing with me."
Oh, that was a meme. I shared that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, one time when I talked about it in chat, everybody in chat said that they had shared that.
Okay. August 17th, 2019, Candace checks into Emmanuel Baptist Church in Kingsport.
Really?
Yeah. August 18th, 2019, she checks into Warriors Park again. August 26th, 2019, Candace posts the first pictures in, I think they were at the Kingsport SDA. Robin was definitely in the pictures. They also do some activities at a school in a different town. I don't think that's where they were in this picture, though. I think they were at just the SDA church. Candace posts pictures of all the kids and titled it "Decorating Cookies for First Responders."
Yeah, I did see them pictures of the
Yeah,
kids making crafts and things in a
yeah, yeah. So
large
that
room.
was October 2019 when that was from. And just as my own side note, Robin's been in that church since before 2012. Robin's been in that church a really, really, really long time. So, just saying.
When was
Uh,
when they shaved Summer's hair? Now that would have been
March
2020. Okay, so we're not up to that yet, are we?
2021. 2021.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we're not there yet.
Okay.
But I know what you're referring to already
Yeah.
because I know
Okay.
you that because I know you that well. We'll get there. October 26th, 2019, Candace posts pictures of the kids at the fire department, and they are with the SDA kids. The
I
SDA
remember
has like
those.
a
I remember those
camp group
pictures.
or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Just more confirmation that they were already at the SDA that early on. November 1st, 2019, Candace posts pictures attending the Halloween party at school with the boys.
I
Candace
remember
and
that.
Summer both dressed up as ladybugs, and the boys were all dressed up as army men.
Yeah.
Early December 2019, Candace actually met, I believe, Sherry Mullaney at the Kingsport Santa train. That's per Allie.
Really?
Yeah. January 9th, 2020. This is always kind of interesting. And this kind of goes back to what the clean kids conversation, I guess. So let's see if I can explain this. I'm going to read it first, and then I'm probably going to have to explain. I don't know if I wrote it correctly. It says January 9th, 2020. New puppy pics posted on Facebook. Boys are cleaned and school age. Summer is not, and only her pic is old. Her pic was actually posted March 22nd, 2019. But for some reason, Candace took a picture of the boys all this day all with puppies, all sitting like on the end of the bed, and posted them. But she didn't take picture of Summer that day. Instead, she posted an older picture of Summer in the same position on the same end of the bed, also holding a puppy. And I
Okay.
haven't. It was so weird to me, even when I discovered it, because I had seen the pictures the first time, and the boys all have like slick back hair. It looks kind of wet, like they just got out of the shower or something, you know what I mean? And they're all individually holding a puppy, all on the end of the bed. And then you get to Summer's picture, and her hair's all disheveled. She looks a mess. She looks like she might have just woke up for a nap, like typical 3 or 4-year-old, like crazy hair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
But then I noted later that Summer's picture was originally taken months before. So I didn't understand why she didn't just take a new picture of Summer that day along with the boys. I thought it was really weird. I don't know why. It's just something I noted.
I don't know. She would post and delete, and
But it was weird to me because Summer was in the same position, the same, spot on the bed with the
yeah,
dog. Like it was literally like made to look the same. But if you actually look deeper into her pictures, you can see that that one picture of Summer was taken in March, like months before. So I don't know. I mean, literally 8 months, 9 months before. It was way older. It's not like it was 2 weeks before. You know what I'm saying? It
yeah.
was weird. I thought it was strange.
Cheeky vamp. I can't. I don't know how to share screen, but I'll figure it out before the next time. I'll post those
That's
pictures.
what you said last time.
I'll post those pictures in a community. Shut up, Chepster. I'll post those pictures in community posts, and then
Yeah, I can
somebody
post
will
some stuff
say, "Quit."
too.
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I have
could. I
over.
don't
Yeah,
really post stuff in my community, but I've
that's
posted a couple
correct.
things.
Yes, rumor. We are going over. Yeah, her 120-page timeline. I'm sure we won't get through it all, but we'll
I
just.
do have a very interesting video on my community post though, if somebody wants to watch. Really interesting. Check it out.
Ooh.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's the only video I've ever shared. It's a good one.
I'll share it.
So February 2nd, 2020, Summer's fourth birthday party. Paw Patrol toys galore. Sherry, True, Allie's
Oh, I remember that one.
other daughter, Allie's
Candy's there.
nieces,
Mhm.
Candy's there. Summer looked really happy, in my opinion. She's eating cake, ice cream, having a blast. Candace posts lots of pictures of Summer's room filled with Paw Patrol toys.
Just a minute. Rumor chapsticks link? Oh, okay. Can you post that again? Eve, please, or Innocent. Hi, Innocent. I didn't know you popped in. Thank you. Eve's right on that. She's good at links. Okay. Keep going.
Appreciate you, Eve. February 3rd, 2020, Candace checks in to Steak and Shake, Effingham, Illinois. February 2020, Candace posts a TikTok of a train table she got for the kids. February 2020 also, checks in at Long John Silver's, checks in at Walmart. Actually, one was Bristol, Virginia, and one was Kingsport, my bad. Now we're pretty much at the world shutting down, March 12th, 2020, when the vid hit, you know what I'm saying? But Candace, Allie, and Sherry are still hanging out, March 26th, 2020. They go to Walmart. They go to Warriors fishing with the kids. Lots of kids, actually. April 5th, 2020, the boys get motorbikes. Upwards of, I have listed at $2,000 total for the two. Don and the boys put them together. Candace posts pictures of them and a pool picture at the same time.
Don's always been big on motorbikes. There's a picture of him as a young boy with a motorbike. I remember that too.
Oh, he talked about it with his sister. That was one of the things that.
Yeah, I remember. But there's
Yeah.
a picture. There's a picture of it, and people were
I don't know if I've
saying
ever
that
seen
that the motorcycle handle was actually a dildo because you can just see part of it in the picture. Of course,
Oh, geez.
we have to make a sexual reference to every picture with the watch.
Man.
That's right.
Man. That's silly.
When was the COVID money? There were several payments, and I think that's what Candace used to go to Wisconsin when Don was gone. Yeah.
I mean, this is only 3 weeks into COVID. I don't think they gotten money back.
Yeah, I don't think they have the
Maybe
money yet.
3 weeks? That's early. I don't think
Yeah,
anybody
no, I
got
don't
money
think they
3 weeks
have
in.
No,
No.
I'm saying when they went to Wisconsin when Don was in Utah, though. I think they.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, she went on multiples, honestly. Okay, so sorry to keep saying them. April 30th, 2020, Candace posts TikToks of Summer and the boys in that weird flame filter goofing around.
yeah.
Summer's wearing a tracksuit, and a lot of people thought it was the same one. It's
No,
not.
yeah.
It's
No.
similar, but if you look at the side by side, they are definitely different.
That was a hugely popular filter right then, too.
It was.
On TikTok.
It really, really was. Yeah,
I think I
agree.
read somewhere where how many people had used that filter, and it was amazing.
Yeah. May 1st, 2020, Candace and the kids attend, we're going to say Allie's niece's birthday party.
Okay, I remember those pictures. Wasn't that out in
Jo-
the yard?
It was out in the yard. Josie
Yeah.
was still in town. So Don definitely wasn't gone yet because I noted that Josie was still there. You know what I mean? I was trying
Yeah.
to probably pinpoint when Don left or whatnot.
Right.
May 4th, 2020. Hunter is in black pants and no shirt.
Oh, on the dam.
No, with Allie's niece sitting down at the bottom of Ben Hill while the boys are riding around on motorbikes.
Oh,
Candace
I've
posted a
seen
video.
that.
Candace posted a video.
Oh,
There's also a man sitting down with a motorcycle sitting right next to him. And a lot of people speculate that it was Don. It's definitely not Don. And
I've never
honestly,
seen that.
that video is what led me to always think that it was Hunter behind Summer holding the gun where you can't see his upper torso.
Right.
Because of this video is why I always thought that, because Hunter's wearing long black pants. The timing was about the same, I felt like, but thank goodness Gavel debunked that. And that was actually her brother holding the gun.
I still
behind
think
her.
it's Hunter. There's no head in that photo.
There is.
There is?
She posted it with the head. Yes, she did.
Okay.
Yes, she did. I'll tag you on it because she tagged me on it. So
I'll
yes,
have
she
to go
did.
and look again. Okay.
I was shocked because I always thought it was Hunter, because in this TikTok, I don't remember if it was TikTok or
Well, then I have a
video.
picture of Hunter with no shirt and black pants looking identical to that tubby.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He looked the exact same.
On the Holston Dam. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know which one you're talking about.
At that same time. Yeah.
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
That's odd. Okay.
Interesting. So yeah, I even talk about that other picture actually in the same notation from May 2020, because like I said, I always thought that it was the same, but it's not. So we're going to eliminate that. It's irrelevant. June 1st, 2020, Mary originally says Don and Josie arrived in Utah. Mary also believes the reason Don was there was just to get money from her father, as she was told by her mother.
Hi, Kylie Ray. June what?
June 1st.
June 1st. Okay.
And I don't know if it was exactly June 1st. I feel like I wouldn't have put June 1st if that wasn't the exact date that she thought he arrived. But Mary was not very good in her memory recollection either. So you can't really trust a lot of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying she's lying. I'm just saying that I think she might have been confused. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. Which is understandable, especially when you're talking about something that happened years before. You know what I mean?
Hi, Chrissy. Yeah. Mary. Yes.
June 12th, 2020, Candace posts on Facebook, POS calling CPS. Your karma is coming.
Yeah, and I'm not sure she really knew who called.
I don't think she
I
did
know
either.
I know one person that called, and it wasn't someone that she would be posting about. So
Right.
yeah,
3
I don't
days
know.
later, go ahead.
No, I think she think that Allie called. There was a couple people she blamed. Yeah, I don't think
she definitely blamed multiple people.
Yeah. Okay, keep going.
3 days later, Candace checks in Reeves, Wisconsin. So she left town, basically.
Okay, Reeves is, yeah, where that picture in the cornfield was taken.
Yes, and I actually have that noted, but I don't think the
No.
name's relevant unless.
No, don't
Okay.
mention her name. She said
I
it.
gotcha.
Yeah,
No problem.
I don't want people. Yeah, somebody else was talking about that picture today
I
too.
gotcha. June 16th, Candace posts pics from Nelson Landing. Nelson Landing in Grantsburg, Wisconsin. Summer had the colored hair. It was like blue or purple or something like that.
Oh yeah, and they were on the rock. Yeah, they really
Mm-hmm.
took the tour there.
They did. They were all over the
Saw
place.
the relatives. Yeah. Oh,
June
and
20th.
Summer took one of Yucky's siblings up to Jeannie, and they stopped.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
That's a sad story, and I guess I'll tell it because when they went to leave Jeannie's house, Summer cried and did not want to leave, and it took them an hour for them to get her in the car,
Oh, that is sad.
which is really sad.
It is really sad.
Okay, so keep going.
June 20th, 2020. Candace still on vacation with the kids and grandma. No Josie or Don in any of the pictures. Pictures posted around the fire and touristy stops. Allie and Andy possibly fed the dogs, later said Allie to the interview room. She mentioned that when Candace was gone, she fed the dogs, so I put in there. June 26, 2020, which is only 6 days later, Allie is on Ben Hill Road. Facebook pics were posted. I actually believe she was there with her kids the whole upcoming holiday week of the 4th of July. June 29th, 2020. This is just verification from Justin for All stating that Jose was in Alaska working still. Because we were trying to determine when he first arrived. I know.
All right.
Sorry, I'm debating. What about Ethan? Should we talk about Ethan?
I don't know who Ethan is.
Okay, we'll talk about Ethan. June 30th, 2020. Ethan posts a pic of a red Toyota truck with a ladder rack. His grandpa left
okay, I
him,
remember that. Yeah.
and asks, should I take it off? July 1st, 2020. Candace posts pics of her and her kids with Hunter at Bald River Waterfalls. I believe it was.
What date?
Is a 4-hour. July 1st, 2020.
With Hunter?
Yeah, that's why I was questioning it, because it was 4-hour drive south of Knoxville. They were all dressed nice in the picture. Like I said previously, I'm pretty sure Allie was probably with them because she was at Ben Hill, and then in like a day or two, there's more pictures with Allie. So I think Allie and the kids kind of spent the whole week there because Don's not there, you know what I mean? So I think they just spent the whole week together because it was 4th of July weekend. So they're doing stuff, you can tell. So they went to.
Candace was back in town?
Candy, yeah. I mean, I don't have it noted, I guess, that she was there. Hang on.
I thought you said she's in the picture. Wait, go over that again because I think I got confused.
So she was in the pictures when she was in Wisconsin, but when she came back, I don't have her noted in any pictures.
Candy came back earlier. Candy drove the bus back, and she came back.
Okay, so we're getting there. We're getting there. That comes up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. That's a couple weeks ahead. We're just getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Okay. So July 1st, I think Candace came back without Candy and spent the week with Allie. July 2nd, they actually post pictures on the water. And I actually noted this picture specifically because there's a man sitting right next to Candace with very dark skin, hairy legs, and a Yankees tattoo. So I was kind of curious if Jose was around then. I don't think it was Jose.
No.
But again, they were just with the kids at the water, I guess is basically what this date comes to. July 3rd, they were canoeing with the kids. Allie and Candace are both pictured with all the kids.
Is
July-
that guy thin?
Is it who?
Is that guy thin that was sitting next to Candace?
He did not look thin. No, he looked like a bigger guy.
Okay. I was going to say
And he
maybe
had
that was.
and he had a dog. He had a dog on a leash.
Okay. All right.
I actually tried to ask Jose if it was him, and I didn't ask the question right, so he didn't want to answer it. Which is fine. Now, July 11th, 2020, Candace checks into South Beloit, Illinois. And I
Okay,
think Allie and H might have went with her. July 15th, Candace checks into Prairie Farm, Wisconsin. I do recall seeing pictures of Allie and H on a bus at one point. I don't know if it was the bus or like, I don't know. But pretty sure Candace posted it. Maybe Allie posted it. I can't remember. But it was definitely Hunter and it was definitely Allie and they were definitely on a bus. I don't have the picture.
Wisconsin
I
Mama.
deleted it.
I didn't think. I thought. I'm confused that Allie and Hunter went up to Wisconsin.
It's possible.
I'm confused.
I know I saw a picture of them on a bus.
Okay.
But I never verified. I don't know for sure if they did or not. Candace checks into Prairie Farm, Wisconsin. Candace checks into Reeves, Wisconsin, July 15th. And
Wisconsin Mama, wasn't Prairie Farms, wasn't that where the white deer that Summer's on? No, that had to come later. Because Summer had short hair and that. Okay, keep going.
we are going to interrupt this Wisconsin trip with a Jody Sue text message. July 16th, 2020, 5 p.m. Jody, and don't play with me. My entire family who you run to every fucking time you do bad shit or want another pussy and think you can confide in, all said you've said you were on shit. And nobody else in this town is as quiet as you think they are about your bullshit either. I may be in a box, but I'm not dumb or deaf. AB. Andy. I put Andy in as AB in here, so if I say AB, that's obviously what I'm talking about. I pulled over so I could text, so I can get that list of shit you want. I'm not on shit, but pot and the pill about every other day, and maybe one when I get paid. Jody. Yeah, right. After you dropped enough weight to maybe try to fuck a random bitch nurse and gave your bubble and last dope to blank. I don't know who blank is. Weeks before that drug test. Strange how the weight loss stopped, how you were no longer able to stay awake like you were, and how your meth ass sex drive stopped as soon as that shit did. You can hide and lie and use work to do it, but I'm not dumb. I've never in almost 3 decades with you seen your nose run because you smoke, and you keep trying to use that bullshit line on me lately. Get off of whatever goddamn dope or extra pills you are doing at work with the rest of those crackheads, or we can go, or the job does. Just like the children. I'd guarantee you we smoking and snorting meth, or you were smoking and snorting meth. Your line of acceptable is changing. Mine is not. Sorry for that interruption. Back to Wisconsin.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
You wonder how Jody Sue and Andy stayed together so long.
I don't know. And he stated that plainly, that he held on for a really long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, back
July
to Wisconsin.
20th, 2020, Candace posts Grantsburg, Wisconsin. Yep, pics. Kids and Grandma Candy are by the water on, oh wait. Might have that twice. On the rocks with colored hair. Might have that twice.
Okay, that was Wisconsin Mama would
Unless
know.
it was,
That
I mean,
was,
I went by the
Superior.
dates on the picture, so it definitely could have happened twice, I guess.
That was Lake Superior, wasn't it? Wisconsin Mama, I think. Maybe she'll chime in here in a minute. Okay.
August 5th, 2020, the school bus arrives at Ben Hill, driven by Grandma Candy.
Yeah.
Pick courtesy of Jody Sue. Jody Sue took a picture of it when it came in. Did you know that?
Yeah, I saw the picture. Yep. And
Yeah.
she had to park it on the road because Jose helped her
Yeah.
drive it up the drive. And that was
Yeah.
filled with her stuff from her trailer.
Okay.
From her trailer up in Wisconsin. She lost
Wisconsin,
that.
yeah. So so are you assuming that when the bus came is when Candy came back, obviously. So Candy wasn't there at
Yes.
the beginning of the month. Okay. Okay. That's
Correct.
what I thought too.
Candy
Okay.
came back before the rest of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 weeks later, August 19th, 2020, Candace posts on Facebook trying to sell the house. 11.2 acres for sale with 3 sheds, 1 house, $70,000. Jeff, a local, not Andrew's Jeffy, responds, "Are you selling?" Candace said yes. It's definitely not Andrew's Jeffy. 2 different people. August 22nd, 2020, Laurel Run Park and Waterfall and cabin pics that everybody's seen with Candace and Allie and Grandma and the kids.
Oh, right.
Yeah. My question was, who took the group pic? It was obviously a group pic, but you never know. They could ask somebody. August 28th, 2020, Candace posts on Facebook, "Sometimes the hardest thing and the right thing are the same thing."
Huh.
September 2nd, 2020, Candace has lunch with Allie and Grandma, Subway in the back of a truck.
Well, I never saw that either.
There. Yeah.
Hmm.
September 16th and the 17th, 2020, Andrew produces a Priceline receipt for Penske minivan, but the dates are off. It is a 12-hour drive each way with no stops, no delays from New York to Tennessee. Andrew inquires why no one ever asks about the others who kept going headed to Florida. Friday,
Whoa.
September. Excuse me?
I said, whoa.
Yeah. I have their first names. I don't have their last name, but I have their first name. It was a couple, maybe a couple. It was a man and a woman. Karen and Gordon.
So did they come down in the van? No, there was
That's-
more than just
Hang on.
you all, wasn't
That's
there?
coming up.
Okay.
That's coming
Okay.
up. That's coming up. Calm down.
Okay.
All right. So I gave you the dates of Friday, September 16th and 17th because that is what was on Andrew's Penske receipt. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But on Friday, September 18th, they actually showed up. His wife shows pictures of a cat that they took at the storage unit at 8:48 a.m. Andrew says that they brought a minivan, a car, and a U-Haul. His wife corrected him, saying they only brought 2 vehicles, no car. So they brought the minivan and the U-Haul. Google pinned the picture being taken at Brookside Mini Storage, which is now called Winters Storage. Do you want me to give the address?
Yeah.
1917 Brookside Drive. Those that went with were Jeffy, Kayla, Alyssa, Jose, Karen, and Gordon, and Andrew, as well as Andrew's 2 small girls and 3 bigger kids. 11 to 12 people total. Andrew says they only stayed in town for a few hours. Jeffy, much later in 2024, in an interview with Andrew, says that they stayed about 18 hours. Again, Andrew also wonders why no one ever asked about the part of the crew that continued on down to Florida because it was said Tennessee was only the halfway point. Yeah.
Wisconsin mama taking notes.
Please do. Girl, it's wrote down. It's in the timeline. You don't have to take notes. Just take screenshots of the timeline. I'm reading the timeline. It's literally public. It's public. Anybody can read this. It's there. It's all there. Okay, September 19th.
Yeah, it was
when
Yeah, that they didn't stay. Oh, hi,
Yeah, I wasn't
Jessica.
sure. I was never sure. That same Andrew and Jeffy, what it is Andrew did a interview with Jeffy and Ericon, actually both. I don't know why people are. I mean, okay, I do know why people are freaked out by Ericon. He did post some pretty nasty videos.
Yeah, it was just shock jock
It
thing.
is,
Yeah,
and I'll be
yeah.
honest, I kind of get Ericon, and I would rather listen to Ericon talk for 3 hours than Andrew for 3 minutes. So that's just my. He seems a lot more truthful. He's very down to earth. He's not a bullshitter. He's kind of funny. I mean, I get why people have never wanted to talk to him, but I kind of wish somebody would, because I think he would have a lot to say, and it would be pretty entertaining. If you want my opinion. He did not go. Ericon did not in any way, shape, or form go to Tennessee, by the way. He had nothing to do with nothing.
No. Well, they said they went down and had a house. And at that time, yeah,
Ericon has showed his Google timeline proving that he was not in Tennessee.
No, Wisconsin Mom was saying that she thought they came down to run a place. And
that was the story.
They said the house wasn't ready. And I saw pictures of a house that wasn't ready in the inside of it. It did look pretty rough. And
where did you see that?
On Facebook.
Interesting. You don't have any like address or location or anything attached?
No, I
to
don't
it?
have an address. No, it was a listing or something. Yeah. Somebody posted it right at that time. I'll have to look back and see if I took a screenshot of it.
One thing that was weird to me that I thought I caught, I guess, was, so we don't know exactly where everybody sat in the vehicles, I suppose, but since there's only 2 vehicles, there's only so many options. Jose has already stated that he was in the back of the U-Haul, so we know where Jose was. Pretty much he's the only one that I know where he was. But one thing Andrew said was, as they were pulling up to the mini storage unit, Jeffy messaged him and let him know that they didn't get the house. And I'm like, really? He's in the truck? What are the odds that they're not in the same vehicle? Like, I didn't understand why Andrew said Jeffy text messaged him. It seemed odd to me. And I don't believe much of what Andrew says already anyway. So I've always kind of questioned anything that came out of his mouth. Yeah, just strange.
So was Jeffy in the car? And so he did say the house. He did say the house wasn't ready, though.
That's what Jeffy said.
Okay, I'll look for the pictures of that house.
Yeah, I'm curious. I would definitely like to see that.
It just showed the inside.
Honestly,
and it was
if you have the pictures, you could always do a Google reverse search and probably get the thing to pop
the
up.
address. Yeah, if I can find it. Yeah,
right. That would be fabulous. See what you can do.
Wait, Candace, how strange it came. Her nephew bought the house. I'm sure. Are you talking about Candy's trailer, Wisconsin Mama? I know that story. She actually was losing that, so. Okay, keep going.
Maybe he bought it so she wouldn't go into default or something.
Her best friend bought it, and that was her nephew. Actually, after JLR went up there and freaked him out, the nephew called me and told me the whole story.
Oh, wow.
He contacted me on Messenger. He said he had an 8-year-old autistic daughter that was freaked out and wouldn't go outside because JLR was stalking outside.
He's crazy.
Yes, he is. I know. Good old JLR. That was when he was on federal parole still, not allowed to have contact with law enforcement. So when the police came, then his parole agent grounded him back in Florida again. And remember, he was going live from his mom's condo in the kitchen. I can remember one of them, he had cornflakes lined up in the back. He tried to put like kitchen things around him, like for what he was talking about. It was hilarious.
He's weird. He's so weird. I mean, just do a Google search, people. Come on.
Funny. And he was photoshopping himself in front of different houses like he was Going places.
Lordy, lordy. Okay. So yeah, Jose's arrived. Basically what it came down to. September 19th, the Bristol Bass Pro NASCAR race did take place. Jose said when he arrived that the two boys were home alone that day, and Summer was the only one there when he met Candace initially, when they were at the storage unit. September 24th, Jose's
Okay.
birthday. And I didn't get into a lot of Jose's details in the timeline, to be honest. So we're really not
Yeah,
gonna.
you can't really. I don't
No.
believe anything he
Yeah.
said.
Right. There's not much included. I mean, little notes I would, side notes I would put in, but that's kind of all he got.
Oh, Chrissy, whose nephew? Actually, Wisconsin, that was Linda's nephew. Linda bought it, and then her nephew was something funny with the title because she was losing it. That's why, if you look at the property records, it sold for almost nothing, way below market value. I think she had 2 lots there. Okay, so keep going.
Okay.
Hey, Sonia.
September 25th, Candace posts on Facebook. How many of you grew up near the woods and used to explore for hours without adult supervision? September 26th, 2020. 8 days after Jose shows up, Allie calls 911 to get her kids off the hill. Allie says Candace threatened to shoot her. Believe they had drama the night before. I mean, in my opinion, she's probably stressed out.
And are you
because
saying
Donna's gone.
Jose was still there?
Oh, yes. September 26th, yeah.
Okay,
Jose just got there. 8
there
days.
was a period of time that Allie was staying there at the wells when she was buying the food because
Oh, yeah, I think she was staying on
Sherry
and off.
couldn't. It was because Sherry couldn't, when Sherry was arrested for child abuse, and I think they had to move out. She couldn't be around kids.
Well,
Is what the way I understood it.
Sherry's charges weren't until February of 2021. We're only
Okay.
in September of 2020. Okay.
Okay.
Quit jumping ahead, Lisa. All right.
Okay.
Sorry. So 8 days after Jose shows up, Allie calls 911 to get her kids off the hill. September 27th, 2020. Candace posts, two-faced bitch mad, can't handle the truth. Assuming she's talking about Allie. October 6th, 2020. First pictures of Don posted by Candace. Possibly back from Utah. Assuming he arrives sometime before this date. Rumor is Grandma Candy might have called him. Rumor is she likes to meddle, she likes to manipulate, likes to stir the pot.
Definitely. Sherry is. Wait, Regina. Okay, who is Sherry? Sherry is Allie's mother. That would be Hunter's grandmother, and then there's Cassandra, who they call the grandbun, who is Hunter's great grandma.
Correct.
Okay, so Sherry's Allie's mom. Yes, Jose said he slept with Allie. And God forbid that picture's burned into my memory. Okay, I was talking about how it's crazy that they got the school bus. That Candy, I heard Candy used to drive school bus. I heard that was the bus she drove, but I don't know if someone made that up or not.
I heard that was the bus that Candace rode to school.
Oh, yep, I heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she loaded her stuff in there from the trailer and drove it down. Came back earlier. And then she was supposed to leave the bus to Candace and the camper to Jeannie, but that I don't know how that came. And then Candace was posting pictures or a video, I forget, of like refurbishing the bus for a place to live in. Do you know what I mean? Like how people fix it up like a camper inside. Candace was posting that.
Candace or Candy?
Candace.
Really? I never
Mhm.
saw any of those. All right. So getting into mid-October, keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, also,
he must have been a brave man. Jose with Valley.
oh, okay. Nice. Yeah. So that October 6th, 2020 date, the first pics posted of Don, the picture was of Don at his white truck with Summer in the background climbing in a tree. I noted that.
Oh, I
So
remember that
mid-October.
picture. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot
Well,
of people were saying
I
he was like
remember when.
signing the truck over or something.
Well,
That was the
when he
rumor.
got back with the truck, Candace posted a picture of that
Yeah,
day when Don got back with the truck.
that was October
Don
6th,
bought that
2020.
truck. Don bought that truck from Sonia.
Oh, okay. Because he had a different truck. Didn't he take a different truck out there?
Mm-hmm. And then he bought that truck, the white truck from Sonia.
That was a black vehicle, I believe Allie said.
I don't
A black
remember.
truck. I think she said it was a black truck. A Dodge, maybe?
No,
I
that
don't
I don't
remember.
remember. I'd have to look at the pictures. I can't picture anything being fixed up. Yeah. Mhm.
October 5th through October 14th, Justin shows, I don't know if he showed it actually. I don't want to say he showed it because I'm not positive he showed it, but he discussed having Jose's check stub from when he worked.
Oh, I
So he
remember.
worked from
Yeah. At
October
the
5th
cat.
to October 14th at
Wasn't
the
it the cat
cat
food place? Yeah.
scratching. Yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep. So it says 17 days after arriving, after Jose arrived, 17 days after Jose arrived. Because mind you, Allie said Jose had an interview like day 2 that he was in town or something like that. 17 days after arriving, and the day before we know that Don Wells came back because October 6th, she posted the picture of Don Wells back, correct?
Yeah.
So 17 days after arriving, and the day before we know Don Wells is back, Jose goes to work for the first time, I believe. Jose worked
Okay.
at cat scratching post per Justin. I kind of just had questions about the sleeping arrangements. That was my personal questions.
Well,
Like
and
when
Jose didn't drive, so did Candy take him to the
I think
work?
Candy took him, she said.
Hmm.
I thought she said she did.
Interesting how they just left. For one thing, to just leave him there, he said he was mentally unstable and shouldn't be around his kids at that time. But he's
Right.
like around Candace's kids. He's okay to be
And
around them.
and not only that, but living there for almost 3 weeks without even working. That's kind of crazy to me.
And sleeping with
I
Alan.
mean, yeah, he was busy. He was working, just not working. Okay. So October 14th, the evening of into the 15th was when Don was arrested. With the gun charge, black powder gun found in his glove box of his white truck, a DUI, because he left the hill and came back to the cops being there as he drove up. I'm pretty sure that's when he fell on his ass, isn't it? He
I
literally
don't
fell
know,
on the
but
ground.
he didn't get a DUI then, though.
He didn't get a DUI that time?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. It was just the gun charge?
Uh,
I thought it was both. I thought,
no, the only DUI he had was that probation violation one. So I think this is what he was on probation for.
the
Was this
DUI
gun.
was the following year later when he was on live stream.
Right. But that was
Okay.
what violated his probation from this.
From this event.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember how it all went down.
I thought they had said when he came back to the hill that night, he got out of the truck and literally was like falling down drunk.
Uh, did you see charges for that? No,
No.
I'd have to go back and look. But no, he didn't have
Yeah,
a
I would too.
previous. He got charged with the DUI first offense.
Okay. Okay.
When he was
The
on the phone
following year?
with yeah.
Okay. All right. I believe you. He also avoided a domestic charge, in my opinion, because he accidentally pushed Candace down when this happened, correct? And she hurt her knee,
You
was what I thought
know,
happened.
Could be. They beat up on each other quite frequently, but
Agreed.
do we know
And
that
then-
that really happened? Because remember, she and Candace and Candy were always trying to get Don arrested. And remember when Candy called the cops and said that Don beat up Candace? And remember she said she sprained her thumb and he did something else. Remember that? And the cops said it was all bullshit.
I didn't know Candy was the one that called, but I remember when it happened. That was like January 2021, I believe.
And
that was
so they just made
months
that
after
up.
this.
Yeah, the cut to. He said, "Oh, her thumb was just fine when she pulled on her shoe and flicked her lighter, or I don't know, whatever."
Smoking a cigarette, I think he said, flicking her cigarette.
Say Don, yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That was also the event where Jose later said that Don threw a beer bottle at him and chipped his tooth, which I don't know if it's true or not.
I don't know.
Mary later says in her first interview with Unmasked that Don called his dad about 4 days after he left Utah to tell him he was in jail after getting into a fight. So that just confirms it happened really quickly, because that still doesn't seem right. And like I said, Mary's inaccurate. She says 4 days after he left Utah, so that doesn't really line up. It could have been 10 days after, and she felt like 4. You know what I mean?
Well, I
So
have that interview. I've played it. I have those.
Okay.
I have all the Unmasked videos.
Okay.
And I played them, but I might go over them again.
Not a bad idea. They have a lot of good ones.
The early information.
Yeah, definitely. October 15th, 2020, Candace gets order of protection in that she states that she is mentally and physically abused and fears for the life of her and her children. October 15th, debit card receipts provided by Justin shows Jose left Ben Hill before Don came home from jail. He told them he was going to North Carolina, but instead drove himself to Rock Hill, South Carolina. And Grandis drove herself back home and maybe kept his secret.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did drive in there, and Andrew said it was to a woman's house that he met online.
And I also have noted that it's the same place that Ernie was later arrested, Rock Hill, South Carolina.
No. Do you have receipts on that? No.
He wasn't arrested in Rock Hill, South Carolina? York County? That's Rock Hill.
Yeah, but Rock Hills is a big town. I can talk to you about that online because I checked that. Oh, I checked that out after we talked. And that, yeah, Jeannie did. Oh, yeah. Well, she had a baby with him first. Yeah. Yes, that came out. Actually, Jeannie, do we want to talk about this now, or do you want to? Yeah.
I'll take a break. You can go ahead. No worries.
Go
ahead.
Because we were talking about Mary when they came out. Jeannie was in touch with Tiffany Marie, and Chris McDonough begged Tiffany Marie to put him in touch with Jeannie, because I heard he wanted to write a book, right? So then she did, and then he was, talking about Jeannie and stuff, and she was talking, and Trish, her daughter, and then it came out that Jeannie had sex with a minor and had a baby. So then Jeannie kind of dropped out of sight, and then Mary took over. Now, Mary said that Don didn't do anything to her, and that Don's friends were attacking her, and Don went for help. And that was her original story, and I do have that.
She said he came to her rescue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said originally.
Yeah. She said he didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Recollections may vary.
Right. I mean, I agree. And it's because it's become so, insane. There's so much going on. There's so much that's been said. Like,
oh, I forgot to say hi, Bleakman Winter. Welcome back. Yeah. Yes.
Any corrections are welcome, please. That's the whole point of going over this, is because if there's anything not, that people think is inaccurate. Let's fix it. Let's
Oh
talk
no,
about it.
not that was not Don's sister. That's not Don's sister. That's stepsister. Don's stepsister. Okay, Jeannie. Mary's sister. Okay. Talk about it all. We're getting it all out here.
We're trying. All right. So October 19th, 2020, Candace lifts restraining order of protection. Which is pretty quick. This is going to be the first of many Sabbaths. So when the case first started, Summer first went missing, everybody was focused on Don and Candace, I felt like. So I chose to look elsewhere and I studied the church videos. I initially watched a lot of the videos through like 2x speed without any volume because I didn't really want to listen to it all. I was just kind of looking for Summer and seeing where she was, and her frequency of being on stage and being a distraction was obviously apparent. So when I realized that, I went back and started paying a little bit more attention and started taking some notes on things. So a lot of these coming forward are notes from Sabbath church services. So Sabbath, October 24th, 2020. First Sabbath seen at SDA on live stream. Because mind you, also, we just went through COVID. So a lot of people weren't going to church for the last 6 months. I really feel like this is when they all kind of started coming back into the building, because this genuinely was the very first live stream I could even find that any of them that was even posted. You know what I mean? I don't think there were any before this. I think they started doing live streams because of COVID. And then people started slowly coming back into the church afterwards.
Okay.
So we're into October, and I think there's people, there's obviously people in the church. So
Right.
the first Sabbath that the Wells are seen on the SDA live stream, Summer is held by an elder. We're going to call her Dr. Rebecca. We'll just leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Rebecca wrangles Summer and keeps her from distracting another child who's speaking at the, I don't want to say altar, the podium.
The lectern.
Summer, thank you. Summer is wearing a pink cute button-up, looks clean and well kept. Her hair is short, but cut cute and kind of looks half-shaved in the back. That's just my notes that I took from that first one. A little bit of action for you.
That was a cute little haircut when she had it shaved.
It was
on one
it
side.
Really,
it
was. Not only was it cute, but it was super duper popular at the time. And
Yeah,
Allie had pointed out that her kids had it. So obviously Summer's going to want something like that.
Yeah, it was cute. It was cute.
Don did mention that Summer tried to shave her own head and kind of messed it up. I don't know at what point that happened.
Kids do that.
The kids I did that. Everybody does that. That's totally normal. Everybody has that one elementary picture where your bangs are not where they're supposed to be.
Or they have a sibling that.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So yeah. Back to a little JSB action for you. It's quick. October 25th, 2020, Jody Sue texts Andy, neighbors are WWFing outside. I see cops in the near future. Andy says, what the fuck? JSB, also blaring the song Godzilla at 469 decibels. I'm over neighbors. I was trying to sit down and enjoy woods and crickets. Can't hear shit but those motherfuckers all day and all goddamn night. That was October 2020. October 31st. Someone takes a video of the church singing. Okay, so this video was not on the normal live stream feed of where the church services were. I found this specific video on somebody's personal account. I'm not going to say whose personal account I found it on, and I'm not going to say who took the video, but I will say what the video consisted of. And it was on this day, during Sabbath, October 31st, 2020. Someone takes a video of the choir singing a very heartfelt song about a child that needs love. And at the end of the song, Summer runs across the room up to Robin and hugs her. Summer is dressed very nice in a white fluffy coat. She looks clean and very well kept. I've never seen a live stream of this day. It doesn't exist. It was never there. I mean, none of them exist now, but even when the videos were there, the live stream never existed for that day. And I kind of thought it was because it was Halloween and they didn't want to, I don't know. I just
Okay.
didn't know if it was like a religious thing that they didn't
Right.
air their, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Um,
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I did find that video on somebody else's account, and I mean, this song is super sweet, and it's super like heart, like pulling on the heartstrings kind of song, you know. And it's literally talking about a little girl that needs love, and Summer runs across the screen and just runs up to Robin and hugs her and like embraces her, and
She
it
just
just
loved church. You know, you could tell.
she did. I agree
She
with that
loved being at
completely.
church and interacting with,
I
I
agree with
think,
that
not just
completely.
Robin, but I think she enjoyed all the church activities in the Sabbath school.
And I have that picture of her in that coat on my page. I have told the person that I used it. I have never gotten asked to take it down. Nobody's ever seen that picture before of her, and it is my absolute favorite picture of her. So I recommend you check it out. It's a great picture of her.
Well, we keep dropping your link, and I think you have some new subs over there. So
Well, hopefully they'll get a little bit of, I don't know. We'll see if I put another. I need to put another video out because I've already updated since I've released the last one, but it's probably going to be a while. I got to put some time into it before I just release it again. You know what I mean? I just did it 2
Godzilla,
months
yeah,
ago.
they said that was
Yeah,
Summer's
Godzilla.
favorite song.
Yeah. Actually, we're in my, if you watch my the longest video that I just released, it's like 8 minutes. And the one that's 5 minutes, I used her 2 favorite songs as the background because I'm not trying to be monetized on these videos that I've released. I'm not trying to monetize my channel in any way. So I put those songs as like the background music. That My House that
Yeah,
Candace said she liked, and Godzilla is another one that's on there. Okay. November 5th, 2020. Candace went and saw True and her cousins. She posts Facebook pictures of them. Candace is wearing a Confederate mask. True, the exact same day, also posts a TikTok of Summer. In the backseat of the car, she has a very messy face. Looks to me like chocolate. Prayer Garden uses this picture quite frequently and says that she's bruised or something, which she's not. It's just chocolate on her face. Do you know what picture I'm referring to? She uses it all the time and says Summer's got bruises on her face. Look at her, blah, 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 blah. She does
oh,
not
I
have
do
bruises on her
remember.
face.
Yep, I do.
Yeah, that's the picture. That's the picture that she uses. Which is
Misinterprets
interesting.
all the pictures.
Oh, yeah, of course.
The boy dressed up as a little girl in a
Yeah,
dress.
yeah, exactly. Sabbath, November 7th. When I say Sabbath, I'm referring to a church service, just so you know. That's how I refer to them being in church. Summer is a huge distraction on stage, dancing, wandering around, wrangled by Robin. Robin actually side-eyes Don and Candace from stage. There's a children's story about called Please and Thank You was the name of the children's story about being polite and respectful to others. There were a lot of times that I feel like a lot of the children's stories were directed at the Wells, and this is one of them, to be honest with you. Summer's wearing blue-green dress with jeans. Her hair does look completely shaved in the back. November 13th, 2020. This is a very controversial picture. Again, PG posts this picture all the time. A lot of other people have, and it's Summer on a bicycle, and they want to say that she's older than the date she went missing, is typically what people say. She looks older. She looks older than when she went missing. That picture was actually taken November 13th, 2020 at 9:42
Yeah, E.F.
a.m.
Pennington posted that picture.
Yeah. So thank you, Gabble Geeks. Sabbath, November 14th. Only Elder Matt on camera. Video was cut short.
Is that the one that Tiffany Marie got caught and stuff?
I don't know. Maybe because the timing was pretty close. It was pretty close. I mean, well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, it wasn't until the next Thanksgiving that they got taken down. So no, that wouldn't be it.
Oh, okay.
That
No.
doesn't.
Mhm.
Yeah, that doesn't line up at all.
Oh, that would have
Sabbath.
been after Summer went missing anyway. Yeah. Okay.
So I'll be honest. I deleted a little bit of information, I believe, from this line, and I think is it okay? No, I did not. I'm lying. It's coming up in like a month. Never mind. We'll get there. You'll know what I'm talking about in a month. So Sabbath, November 21st. Summer wrangled by Robin again, forced to sit down. Summer's wearing the same blue-green dress and pink pants. November 22nd, 2020. Garage sale. Candace posts pictures on Facebook selling Paw Patrol toys and an LOL backpack. Might be a SDA thing. Someone is definitely selling scrubs, is what I posted. And in Robin's line of work, she wears scrubs, let's say.
Well, but she also had boxes of toothbrush. She used to buy those Overgoods pallets and sell that
I've
stuff.
seen that. I have seen
Yeah.
that. But this was like Paw Patrol
No,
toys.
I know what you mean. I saw
and
it. Mhm.
So I thought that was interesting because those weren't even a year old. Summer just got those last year for her birthday.
Mhm.
We're in November. Summer's birthday was just in February. So why is she already selling Summer's stuff from her birthday? I thought that was really weird, actually.
Mhm.
Sabbath, November 28th. Summer is quiet at first, smiling and behaving. In my opinion, it seems like someone intentionally tried to keep her off of camera. And I wondered if it was Tim Mullen, and I did note that Cher from Voices said she saw his watermark on an SBA video, which I've never seen. Dr. Rebecca tries to drown out Summer being loud during her own sermon. Summer is very antsy at the end. She's wearing a nice pink button-up top. Sabbath, December 5th. Summer is running around a lot and very distracting for Robin's story time about puppies, about getting them fixed and taking care of them. Summer's wearing a mismatched outfit, messy hair. This is also the day I believe that they changed her and put her in the red dress and took Christmas pictures with all the
Oh,
kids.
I remember that. Yeah.
Because Candace posted the pictures on Facebook. I have noted the same day. December 6, 2020 was Waylon's birthday. Candace posted pictures from a current party.
I saw that.
2020.
Mm.
He had a 9-year-old, a 9 on the cake, which confirms his age. December 12th, they actually had a Christmas play at the Seventh-day Adventist. Summer participated in the play.
That was cute.
It was. She tried very, very hard. She watched and followed Robin like an absolute hawk, is what I had noted. Candace was front and center. She had dyed blue long hair at the time. Don was not seen at all. December 14th, 2020, Candace posts on Facebook, kids are going to have a rough Christmas this year. At least they have their family that loves them. I think this is one of the times that Don took off, in my opinion. I don't have any proof, but he wasn't at the Christmas play. He wasn't on camera. Candace was on camera. The boys were on camera. Don wasn't there. And with her leaving that post a week before Christmas, I would assume Don's not there, so she can't really get the kids much. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah,
be wrong.
but that's interesting that Candace took the kids on her own to church because people are saying that Candace wasn't interested in.
Well, it was a play, though.
Yeah.
There's a play going on, so
But
Summer was
still.
in the play.
Yeah.
But if Summer's in the play, it's not like Candace isn't going to take her. I mean, I get what you're saying. I completely agree, and I feel like Don has always been the driving force of them going to church. I do not
Yeah.
think it's been Candace in any way, shape, or form. But this certain event, I feel like Candace probably felt obligated to take her, in my
Okay.
opinion. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
And Candy
Summer's been
wasn't there.
practicing. I don't recall seeing her. I still have some images. I could go look. But I've looked and I didn't see Don in any of the images. And then when she left the post, that's really what made me think he was gone. You know what I mean? But here we go to the next 2 weeks, which goes right along with what you said. So December 19th and December 26th for Sabbath, I took no video notes. Now, there's only one reason I wouldn't have taken video notes. They weren't there. So you could be very right. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I took notes on every single Sabbath, but for some reason, on these 2 dates, the next 2 Saturdays specifically, I have no video notes. So my assumption is I didn't take notes because they were not at church. So you could be right. She went to the one because Summer was in a play and she had to go. But then, I mean, I can't imagine Don being gone for a month, to be
No, I
honest with
can't
you.
either. No.
But he could have been gone for 2 weeks. I mean, she said on the 14th that the kids are going to have a rough Christmas. He could have left the day before. Do you understand what I'm saying? And she knew
Mhm.
he was going to be gone a week because she knows how Don is.
Yeah.
Not sure, just saying. Okay, so December 19th, no video notes for that Sabbath. December 23rd, 2020, Candace posts, might have a broken foot. She posts a Facebook picture with a very
I
swollen
rem-
ankle.
I remember that. I have that. Yeah.
Yeah. Christmas 2020, Candace posts old 2018 Christmas pictures of kids. That's all she posted that day, was old pictures. She didn't post anything new. December 26th, Sabbath, no video notes. So those 2 weeks, I don't think they were there. December 29th, 2020, Candace posts new Subaru pic on Facebook.
What day was that?
December 29th.
December. Okay.
Jose later says he was still talking to Candace at this time, and he cut ties with her shortly afterwards. I would assume just talking on Facebook. I mean, they could have been talking on the phone, I guess. I don't really know. But he definitely said that he was still in touch with her because he commented something about posting something about the vehicle. He saw the vehicle and he reached out to her when she got the vehicle. He said, I can't remember verbatim what the conversation was, but he reached
That's
out to
freaking
her.
interesting. I didn't hear that before.
Yeah. Sabbath, January 2nd, 2021. Summer is heard but not seen, in my opinion. Robin is not on stage at all, which is very, very unusual. Robin was
Yeah.
on stage every single church service.
Yeah.
This one in particular, we didn't see either one of them, but I could hear Summer in the background. You could hear her in the background, and that's why I noted she was seen but not heard.
Maybe because Robin wasn't there. That's probably why
that's
she
possible.
went out at the front to be near
But there's a
Robin.
lot of times where there's other people on stage and Summer would run up just like she owned the place. Didn't matter who was on stage.
She
Didn't have
did
to be
run around.
Robin.
She did run
Didn't have
around. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't have to be Robin on stage for Summer to go up there. She'd go up there anytime she wanted to.
Poor little Summer.
Yeah. Sabbath, January 9th. Summer is happy to see Robin. Tries to sing with Robin. A lot of people have probably heard that video. You can literally hear Summer
Yeah.
trying to sing in the microphone the words of the song. Hugs Robin the whole time. Then later on, boots Robin's daughter out of her arms. She's very antsy. She's wearing a pink sweatshirt with a skirt. Candace is sleeping in a red hoodie during the sermon. January 11th, 2021, Wyatt's birthday. Generic happy birthday Wyatt Facebook post. No pictures. He should be 11 at this time, but I couldn't confirm with his pictures, so the boys I'm still questioning their ages early on. Just because, like I said, when you look at the younger, I haven't said it in this conversation, but I've said it to you before. When you look at the younger pictures of the boys, it's really hard to decipher which of the older two is older. I feel like the middle one always looks older than Josie.
I think Josie just looks different, bulkier kind of than the other kids.
Yeah, a little bit. I know what you're saying with that. All right. Sabbath, January 26th. Summer dancing across the stage, singing. She's wearing a blue Elsa dress. January 19th, 2021. JSB text. You spend everything on green and wrap everything up in green and gas to run to dipshits and time. And that imaginary $20 a day you keep trying to make me believe is still being taken. And that raise that was never given, but actually was, all going to dope every day. most likely pills from Chris or John, don't know who that is. Plus, God only knows how much else you spend from selling shit out of the back door and stealing from people's cars.
Wow.
Andy. Yeah. Andy. Dude, fuck you. Go to hell. Jody. You are an addict of many varieties. The exact opposite of what you promised me would be happening if I'd be cool with you smoking here and there, quote unquote.
Jody Sue and Andy, a love story.
I'm telling you. Telling you.
Well, it
Sabbath.
sounds like Jody was against drugs, right? But we don't know that Andy was shooting.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, there are a couple things that she said. She said something last time, I think it was. She was implying, I can't remember verbatim what it was. I think it was in the last text. I'm trying to look back. But she, in my opinion, she implied that like a little bit is okay, but not too much. That's what I got. Like, as long as I know about it, a little bit is okay. But anything beyond what she knew about, she wasn't okay with. Was how I felt, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
January 23rd. This was that one that I skipped around and I said I said you'll know what I'm talking about when I get to it. This is what I'm talking about. January 23rd. There were 2 videos. Summer sneaks on stage. When I say sneaks, you could tell she's like, somebody told her not to go on stage and she's kind of like sneaking up there like she's not supposed to be up there. Summer sneaks on stage multiple times during the story time. Very distracting. Camera cuts away from her. Video cuts short, which I thought was interesting. Second video, and this is all from the same sermon. Summer distracted, dancing and spinning with a book in her hand. A male elder, I don't even want to say what I call him. I'm not going to say what I call him. A male elder and his wife. I'm sorry. Hang on. Let me compose myself. I don't know how I want to present this. Oh, jeez. All right. Hang on. A male elder and his wife were sitting on the bench. A lot of people mistook the wife as Robin. The wife tries to wrangle Summer and get her to sit down, and Summer like pushes away from this woman, basically. And everybody thought it was Robin. It is definitely not Robin. It's an elder's wife. Basically, I just said that she wrangled Summer, but Summer fights her off. Summer was sitting on the opposite side of the room as her family. She's wearing the same blue Elsa dress with jeans, and Candace is again sleeping with the same red hoodie on while everybody else stands up during the song.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
She
sorry. I was trying not to dox people, so I wanted to word that kind of,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
She liked that Elsa dress.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And the butterfly dress. She wore that a lot.
Mm-hmm. This next week was something that I really took note of, and it seemed very strange to me. Sabbath, January 30th. The wells were taken out of the organ shot. The camera was moved. So prior to, you could see the wells all where they sat. And from this point on, the camera had been adjusted. So now you can't see the wells anymore where they were sitting. I don't know if it was on purpose, but that's definitely what
That's
happened.
interesting. Did the wells always sit in the same?
They always sat in the exact same, pew, the same spot.
Okay.
And they were always on video up until this day. And all of a sudden the camera moved and now you cannot see them. It didn't move, it tightened in, let's say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now you can't see the wells anymore from this point out. You could always see them before. February 4th, 2021, Summer turns 5. Candace leaves a generic happy birthday Summer post. No party pics of Summer were posted. She did post current pictures of Summer, but in my opinion, they were all very rough looking pictures.
Well, Wisconsin Mom and I have talked about this before. After Jose, things steadily deteriorated. The house,
I agree with that.
Housekeeping, the house condition, Candace's like hygiene and things, and in summer, the kids, everything seemed to go downhill from then on. And I don't know what happened. We've speculated something happened that made things go downhill for some reason.
I agree with that. Something definitely changed. I have no idea what it could have been, but
No, I don't either.
Sabbath, February 6th. Robin carries Summer on stage for 1 minute at the very beginning, but Summer is too antsy. Camera cuts away from them. Summer is very chatty, yelling during the announcements. Summer runs on the stage during the scripture reading, and Dr. Rebecca sternly grabs her and holds her and sits with her. Rebecca speaks to Summer and then, in my opinion, pushed Summer off of the stage. Dr. Rebecca is very distraught during her sermon called Restore God's House of Worship. The next...
It seems like, yeah, she was a big distraction, and
She was.
people were just kind of tired of it, it seems like. Yeah.
She was. I agree with that. The children's story was called A Family on the Hill that day.
No way.
Literally describing the Wells family to a T.
No
going
way.
as far as to describe the hill out in the country that they lived on, the family consisting of older brothers and a younger daughter. The younger daughter was the one who kept the faith for the family and told them to keep praying and doing what God says, and they will be saved. And lo and behold, a group of church ladies showed up to gift the family an overabundance of bread that had just fallen out of a truck in front of them.
Wow. Oh my God.
Offering them all the bread that they could need to save them. Dr. Rebecca shushed Summer from stage during story time. Summer was dressed a mess, hair a mess, wearing, in my opinion, inappropriate skin-colored pants. I hate skin-colored leggings, especially on children. It's just not a good look.
I'm going to interject here. Remember that time that Ziggy had those on? I thought she didn't have pants on.
Anybody.
God.
And I'm not even laughing at Ziggy, just anybody. Nobody belongs in those. I mean, it's just to each their own, whatever. I got a cute booty, but I'm not trying to be in that. You know, it's just weird to me. It's just weird. Weird. I don't get it. I've never understood.
You should look like you're wearing
I wear leggings.
Clothes. No, I
yeah, I wear leggings all the time. Don't get me wrong, but
flesh-colored leggings is like a people of Walmart look.
Thank you. Yes, that's my point exactly. That's my point exactly. Thank you. You have said enough, ma'am. Yes, Lisa. Thank you. Oh lordy. Okay. February 10th. True posts a TikTok of her alleged stoned grandma, Sherry. Have you seen this TikTok? Not many people have seen this TikTok.
No, I haven't seen it.
So I think she used a filter, and it like gave Sherry like red eyes. I mean, to be honest, she might have been anyways, and like I don't know, but I noted it because it was interesting. And the reason it was really interesting to me is probably because Sherry's charges came up shortly after that. So I was kind of looking into anything about Sherry, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sabbath, February 13th. Summer treats Robin like a jungle gym. Only on camera in the very beginning, they are no longer showing kids during their story time. They, instead of showing the kids, they cut them out because they used to just show the kids like sitting on the ground or whatever in front. And at this point, now they're just showing like a cropped, clipped image of whatever randomness, you know what I mean? They're not showing the kids anymore. Just during story time, which I thought was kind of weird. Because they'd always showed them before, every single time, you know? And why all of a sudden did they quit in February? That was strange to me.
Maybe
Nobody was watching the videos. I mean, if you went back, you know, I started watching the church videos in, let's say, late July, early August of 2021. At that point, the average church video had like 20 views. There was nobody watching those videos. literally. When they got deleted and pulled off, which was Thanksgiving that year, some of them had like 300 or 400 because Tiffany had people watching them or whatnot.
Yeah.
But still the majority of them had like under 50. Like nobody was watching those videos. So I kind of thought it was strange, but it is what it is. Maybe somebody did complain. You're right, possible. But yeah, they quit showing the kids on that. Hang on one second.
Hey, Linda. Oh, were you
Okay.
Rumor? Rumor was watching.
Nice. Back to Ethan. It's been a while. February 13th, 2021. Ethan posts new red Toyota Tacoma pic on TikTok, ladder rack attached. February 20th. Sabbath. Summer is there, but video doesn't match audio. I think it was a malfunction in the video, to be honest. You can only see one of the elders, and it was a pointless video, basically, unfortunately. February 20th, 2021, 6 p.m. Jody Sue Brown. Call neighbors. See if there was someone they know in a new gray silver SUV who should have been sitting down there at 3 today. If not, someone was watching us because they jetted as soon as they seen Rue and I in the woods. And we're gone like asses were on fire. Also, see if Buppo is there. Little fucker has been missing all day. I think that's our dog. But I don't hear him over there with the kids outside either, and that's odd. Whoever was in that SUV was fucking sus. They all had different color ones. Who had the gray one? Sabbath, February 27th. Summer is only seen at the very end of the service when the congregation is up and walking around. Summer makes eye contact with a young man and runs from him. Kind of looks like she's a little scared or spooked. I'm not going to say who the young man is. I know who he is, but I'm not going to say. This day was the first time Don attended Sabbath school. February 27th, 2021. February 28th, 2021. Sherry Mullaney is charged with child abuse, neglect. 3 counts. Child over 8 was the charge, I believe.
Under.
Was it under? See, that's always been the question. And it's gone back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
It was under. I have pictures of it.
So there was only one underage child in the house of Sherry's taken care of.
Yeah.
And that's the child that Allie said is now gone.
That's interesting.
It's very interesting.
And Andrew said he has never heard of that child.
Andrew said that child doesn't exist.
Yep.
Which is interesting because Andrew knows that child's mother. So he should know the child exists for sure. That was also the birthday party that they were at. The one in the yard that you're referring to?
Yes, yes.
That was also the same little girl at the bottom of the shed with Hunter and the man on the motorcycle when the boys are riding bikes around.
Yeah.
That little girl spent a lot of time with the Wells and with Summer. Definitely. I've always been curious where that little girl is today, to be honest with you.
Why doesn't somebody ask Marlena? I mean, not that we get the truth out of her, but she might say something.
No, Marlena wouldn't know.
Well,
I mean, she might know. How would Marlena know? She is not connected to any of them. Sherry would know.
Lived with the Wells for a while.
Yeah, but yeah, possibly. I don't really. I mean, I guess
Andrew should know.
Andrew should know, but Andrew's not talking.
Hunter would know, and
Hunter would know. And when Andrew and Hunter did an interview, I think it was like 2 years ago, or maybe like a year and a half ago or something, I asked in chat about her, and I was ignored. I think my comment was even deleted, to be honest. I don't think they want her talked about.
Wisconsin Mama said she's supposed to be with relatives. Where did you hear that from, Wisconsin Mama? The relatives would be in New York.
Yeah, that's correct. There's also some in Cleveland, Ohio. with connections too, I guess. Maybe not in.
Only went to a party and drove home.
I've always felt like if Allie and or Allie's family had anything to do with Summer going missing, it was because of this little girl. It was a revenge. That's if they did, and I'm not saying they did. This is complete, just like me throwing some shit out there. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But if she did, it would, in my opinion, go back to this little girl. Like, what 8-year-old gets put in a psychiatric unit? Why would an 8-year-old, like, that's crazy. There's only 2 reasons that I can think of.
Where did that come from?
Allie.
That rumor. Allie?
Yeah. Allie and Sherry. They both talked about it. Sherry talked about it more openly with JLR than Allie would. Allie kept beating around the bush about it because there was a lot of speculation that that girl was Allie's daughter. Because everybody kept saying in the early days, doesn't Allie have a daughter that's Summer's age? Da, 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 da. And Allie's like, I don't know what people are talking about. I don't have a daughter Summer's age. No, you don't, but you have a niece that was Summer's age. And that's what people were talking about. And she just played it off like, no, Bear's older. She's not Summer's age, blah, blah, blah. That's not who people were talking about. They were talking about this little girl.
Another missing little girl.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll keep moving forward.
Wait, Innocent asked if we can find that live where they were talking about it. Do you have that?
With Sherry?
Where they're talking about the girl.
Yeah, it's the one with JLR and Sherry when they're out on the sidewalk.
Really?
When everybody's filming, if you go to JLR's feed, because everybody recorded it, Bullhorn recorded it, Olivia recorded it, you know what I mean? But depending upon
is that the one where Molly shoved the money in their pocket?
I don't think so. I think that was the one that Molly released that there was no video, there was only an audio for. Because Molly did 2 interviews. She did the one on the sidewalk and she did a sit down. The one on the sidewalk we all see because they're all standing around talking, they're all filming.
Right.
The sit down, we don't see a visual, we just hear an audio, and I'm pretty sure it was Molly that released that, and that's when she gave her the money. Because the sidewalk, they just caught him off guard. Like, they just pulled up and Allie was getting out of the car, and like, that was just like a fluke, meeting or whatever. But then when Molly released the other one, which honestly, I haven't listened to or heard probably since it was first released. Molly's stuff's gone. She's on Rumble. If she still has it, she'd put it out.
Well, she lost her channel.
Yeah. She's live every day, girl. Molly is live every day on Rumble though.
No, we didn't.
All she does is talk about JLR though.
Or Justin. No,
so
I haven't seen that one too either.
What's that? Oh, Justin's viewpoint?
No.
Yeah, or not Justin, JLR, excuse me, JLR's viewpoint. When you watch his vantage point, you can hear very well what Sherry is saying to him. And him and Sherry have their own conversation going on.
Hey, Lorianne.
When you listen to that,
you can listen to that
conversation, Sherry talks about it.
Okay, you'll have to find
out. When she's referring to her granddaughter, I think that's who she's talking about. She could also be talking about True.
I know, rumor, it's just insane, isn't it? It is insane. You'd never, stranger than fiction. How would you ever? And that's why the people that are coming in now, you'd never catch up. You'd never catch up. A lot of that stuff is gone.
That's kind of why I released the timeline when I initially did back in the day, was because I felt that exact way. Anybody coming in late to this case is going to have no freaking clue what's going on. There's so much information. It was absolutely ridiculous. And I'm pretty good at keeping stuff straight in my head. I couldn't do it. It was impossible. I was like, okay, I need to take some notes. If I'm going to take my time listening, I need to take some notes, was how I felt.
Like the Hatfields and McCoy, like, they were just getting their information from chat, and a lot of it was wrong. And, Ernie, he's going over, he was with Candace for less than 2 weeks, and that's all he knew about the case. So
Oh, yeah.
that's why he's going over things that were debunked and researched 5 years ago. So, yeah, I don't know how you would possibly, unless you were here from the beginning, all the deleted TikTok videos, all the deleted Facebook channels, all the deleted YouTube channels, so much stuff is gone.
I mean, honestly, that's why I'm at 120 pages now, because
Yeah.
I got scared that interviews that I felt that had some type of value were going to get deleted because so much was getting deleted. So I started transcribing.
Oh, rumor. Yeah, I totally agree. Sure, Wisconsin Mama, ask away. She's going to ask a question. Hey,
Okay.
Linda D, that's why we're doing this. To get everything down for people that have heard a lot of rumors. So, yeah, that's why we started at the beginning. Did anyone talk to Candace's cousin when she called? That was not Candace's cousin. That was not Candace's cousin. I don't know who the hell that was, but that was not Candace's cousin. And speaking of turtle talk, I was just going to say, wasn't that Dolly that was driving around stalking Hunter trying to get an interview? Hunter was a minor. Dolly was going to pay him. I love your train.
Yeah. I don't even hear it anymore. I don't even notice it. Sorry. I thought that call was very, very interesting, to be honest. And I didn't believe everything that she said, but she did have some specifics that I thought she shouldn't have had. And I was intrigued by what she had.
Rumor thinks it was Candace's cousin. Which cousin? Oh, it's Chapstick. It's Chapstick. She's been posting. Yeah, I think it is important too. Important to go over everything from the beginning. Yeah, it's Chapstick. We've posted her link several times in chat. Yeah, not the fake Chapstick. I messaged her and I'm like, what the fuck, girl? You're over there agreeing with Ernie?
What was my response?
Like, no.
I said, hell no. That's what I said. Hell no. What are you talking about?
Because I saw other people were asking that too, and they were all mystified. No. Like, what? Can't they pick a different name than yours? I mean,
no, I wasn't listening or online, but it was funny when I found it. I'm like,
yes, it was
there it
Dolly that tried to hunt her down. That's what I thought to Lisa. I was like, what the fuck? People were all like mystified. They were like, what? Well, track her down, Wisconsin Mama. I could not find a cousin.
What about the conversation we had?
What?
Lynn?
No,
Lynn
that
G.
was...
No, not Wisconsin Lynn. Lynn G. Remember?
No. Give me a second letter.
Oh? Yeah. Correct.
I don't remember.
Because I thought I connected her back to the Blythes when I asked you about it. And you were like, whoa, where did you get that name? And I said, I don't remember, but I found it. And I'm pretty sure that's her. You don't remember this? It was a while ago, I guess.
Well, give it to me and I'll run a background report. Candace said it.
All right.
Candace said it wasn't her cousin, and I couldn't find it.
You came back and told me it wasn't either, actually.
I couldn't find any cousins that it could have possibly been that
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. It was a very odd story, and it doesn't seem like.
It doesn't, but she had so many specifics that she should not have known, Lisa. Do you understand what I'm saying? Go back and
Yeah,
listen to that again. She had,
I
and
just
you,
I just listened to
one
it
thing,
today.
see, one thing you had, in the conversation we had about it, you had told me that she had discussed like some house fire or something. I never heard that in the call that I heard. And I even listened to it a second time after you told me that to see if I missed it the first time. I did not hear it the second time either.
Oh
So I don't know
yes,
if
she
you were
said
thinking it
that.
was somebody else.
No, now that you
She
mentioned
only
it, she
called.
did. She said that 3 family members' houses were burned down, were set on fire. Yep.
It wasn't in that Dolly call though. That conversation was not in the Dolly call. I listened to it a second time after you told me that, and it wasn't in that same call. So I don't know if she called in somewhere else or you were confusing her with somebody else. That was
No,
my
it was
point.
her. I remember that vividly. Yeah,
No,
she was saying that they were out to silence them. And I thought that's pretty unbelievable, honestly.
I didn't hear anything in her
Because
call about any type of
I
house
didn't see any
fire.
fires of, yeah.
I never heard that in the call, so I'm not sure.
Well, kind of Wisconsin, Mama. I'll listen to it again.
Yeah,
We can
check it out.
discuss it. We can discuss it in the future.
Yeah, and you know the name, obviously. I'll send you the name again if you want, but
Okay.
that's who I thought it was.
All right, we'll check it out.
Okay.
Killer didn't play the whole thing though, I don't think, did he?
Well, I don't know.
I remember that vividly. 3 different relatives, yeah, she was talking really fast. And this person's house burned down and this person, yeah, I remember that. So,
I feel like you're remembering it from a different call, babe.
maybe.
She didn't see it in there, and I didn't hear it in there. Because we had the conversation. You told me about that, and I was like, what? And I questioned it when you said it. And then
Maybe
afterwards, I
somebody
went
did.
back.
Would it have been Daisy that somebody, I think, had her on after Dolly?
That's possible. Like I said, she could have been on another panel, and I didn't catch it. She could have made another call, and I didn't hear it. But what I heard on Dolly never mentioned the house fire.
Because when you just mentioned that right now, I remember I could play that in my head.
I knew you would, because that's what you
Talking
said.
about all the fires, all the
Because
relatives'
that was the
houses.
one reason you kept shooting down the story. And I'm like, wait a minute, she's shooting it down for something I've never heard. That doesn't, you know what I mean? That's why it was such a big question to me.
Man. Okay, I'll try to
So we
look
need to look
around.
in. Yeah,
Or
we need to
maybe
look into that a little bit more.
Nature Lover might have it. She's got everything. I ask her all the time. Do you have this? Do you have
Yeah.
that?
Yes, she's amazing. She is amazing. There's a
She
lot of
is.
amazing ladies in this community. It's so sad, all the parasites. That's what I call them, isn't it? All the parasites that have attached themselves to this story, and all the amazing women that have done so much wonderful work for Summer. And these parasites have just destroyed it. Literally ripped it to shreds, made it so discombobulated. You can never follow anything or understand who did what, or it's wild. It's so sad. That's my motivation, is to
It's
try
kind
and
of
make some kind of sense.
insane.
It is. It really is.
Do we have another Jody Sue text coming up? Those are my favorite parts.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We're just a couple lines away. They're coming
Oh,
up.
give me more Jody Sue.
All right. We got a couple to go. So Sherry Mullaney, we passed that threshold. I did note something now. So the SDA live stream started in October 24th, 2020. And at this point, we are at February 27th, 2021. So it's been about 5 months, give or take, not even really. Summer's face was on camera 12 out of the last 18 Sabbath services. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don attended 1 Sabbath school in the last 4 months since we began. Just keep that in mind, okay? Moving forward. March 5th, 2021. Ernie Shell checks into Indianapolis, Indiana with Cracker Barrel. Don't know why. Sabbath, March 6th. Wells family not on camera. March 8th, 2021, Jody Sue. I'm not dealing with you anymore. Going to be bye, right? I don't know why she does it. So that was 4 text messages. I'm not dealing with you anymore. Going to be bye, right? She does it a lot. Andy. Wouldn't be this far if you didn't freak every time I raise my voice. Jody. Doesn't matter if your family can't eat and survive or even have running water or safe electricity because of your addictions.
Oh,
Andy. No, I don't want to hear that. You're the one that pays it all is why they can't have it. Jody. And now bills can't even be kept up because everyone else is carrying everything basic as well because you no longer do that either because of your addictions. You are fucking everyone on all sides.
whoa.
There's a lot of animosity in that relationship. There really is.
A lot. Hello, Lisa A. She's saying that she doesn't remember that particular conversation, but seems like the cousin was on more than one panel. Okay, so that explains that.
Yeah, if she was on another panel, somebody's got that. I'd really, really like to know. Innocent, I love your comment. Those pesky meddling kids. Okay. So, March 10th, 2021. Candace posts blue pajama picture of Summer in the kitchen.
Oh, I remember that. Yep.
She looked a little dirty and a little
She
frail, in
did.
my
She looked
opinion.
messy there. Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't the best picture. It happens. March 12th. Candace checks in on Facebook at Chili's. This is the same day that an incident occurred at Walmart where Candace was, I don't think she was arrested. I think she received an arrest ticket, is what they described it
Yeah.
as.
Okay. Probably trespassed her. I know she's not allowed in that Walmart anymore.
She's not allowed in any Walmarts anymore.
There's a record of.
Definitely not that one, but I think she was banned from all of them.
She was at a Walmart after that, so maybe they're not
Okay, maybe not. Maybe
aware
not,
of that. She was at a different Walmart. Well, she could have went there, and they didn't recognize her.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I
So on
mean?
March 12th, yeah, definitely. She checks in at Chili's, like I said. I assume she got her taxes back, to be honest. She had lunch with Sherry
that's
Mullaney.
not cheap. Chili's isn't cheap.
She had lunch with Sherry Mullaney and the kids. Just the younger 3. Josie wasn't there. All the kids look happy. Summer's hair is still past her ears in length. It's not completely shaved at this point. Interesting. So mind you, they went to Chili's and then they went to Walmart and Candace tried to get her phone fixed, I think was the issue.
Yep.
And she couldn't get it fixed and they wandered back into the toy department and Candace said she was going to blow the place up and they called security.
Yep.
Candace went home and at 8:30 that night, she changed her name from Bly to Wells on Facebook. She probably got a charge as Candace Bly, I would assume.
I was just going to say, I've seen that charge. It is
Yeah. So she didn't want to be associated with that. You know what I mean?
Something, yeah.
Yeah. So it said it on Facebook. I saw it. It said 8:30 at night. She changed her name, and I was like, "Oh, that's an interesting side note. Well, okay, why would she do that?" Okay.
Here, Lorianne's got a lot of information. It was said by Allie that Sherry took Candace out after Sherry got her taxes back.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, okay. So Sherry got her taxes back. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else you got, honey? Let me know because
I
love information. I'm still learning every day too, y'all. I don't know everything. It's impossible to know everything about this case.
Well, yeah, we need input. Everybody's free to comment here.
Yeah,
you don't have to agree
definitely.
with us.
Please. No, anything. I'll take anything at this point. You know what I mean? I need some input on it. I don't want it out there if it's inaccurate. That's not what I'm trying to do here.
Me too. Yeah.
Right. The reason I include rumors is so people know that these rumors do exist. And if they didn't happen, I would like to document that in there and let people know that this was said, but it's not true. That was what I'm trying to do, you know?
Okay, so we're 3 hours in. Can we stop here?
Girl, we can stop whenever you want.
I know we're getting to the good part. So
we're getting there.
Start out fresh with the
Okay.
next installment with that?
I'm okay with that, ma'am.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. So I hope you
We're on
guys.
page. We made it through 14 pages.
Oh my God.
I'm impressed.
Yes, exactly, Lori. And I love that comment. We all need to work together, and we should dispel rumors.
I agree
totally
completely. I
And yet, the people
completely
that
agree.
keep saying we all need to work together, just call everybody else trash. And so I'm not sure how that's supposed to work.
No, that's not how that's supposed to work. It's really not. Kindness
yeah.
is free. Kindness is free. Hate takes a lot of energy, way more energy than I got for y'all.
Oh, Wisconsin Mama said she's a great life. She's impressed. Yeah,
Thank you.
Chapstick has worked very hard on this. You're
That
welcome,
worked
Nana
very,
Kim.
very
I
hard.
hope you yes, she has. Thank you, chat, for your input. We always welcome being corrected or new information being added because we want to make sure that this is all accurate.
You're awesome getting
And
through this with me, Lisa. Thank you so much.
oh, I'm learning some things. And, I get to hear some more Jody Sue texts. Those are like the highlights for me. Like I've never heard any of those.
Well, you'll be glad to know they just get more frequent as we go. So there's no slowing down of them. That's for sure.
Okay, so thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody being respectful as always. And hope you learned something.
Thank
Thanks
you,
to my
ma'am.
great mods. They're awesome. And thank you, Chapstick, for all your hard work.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
We'll see you guys in the next installment.
Have a good night.
Yep. Have a good week, everybody. Bye.
Bye.